Hello, internet, and hello, detective. Uh, Welcome to Hearts of Stone. I don't know if they caught her screaming
I don't
as
know.
soon as you finished your
She'd
countdown,
She was like,
literally
"Quiet
wait.
on
She was
set."
waiting for me.
trolled by your own cat.
What
Hello,
else is
everyone.
new?
Welcome. We're here to play some Blades in the Dark, and we're super excited to have you here with us. We're going to be jumping back into our campaign, but first, going to talk about what we've got going on the channel this week, which is not a lot. I don't think we're going to have much in the way of streams this week. I'm gonna be traveling on Monday, so we won't have our Red Jenny game, and then actually forgot about it. I'm gonna be traveling next Saturday too, so we won't have this game. Forgot to talk about that before the stream because we were talking about Wendy's and McDonald's. But yeah,
That is not fair. That just sounds like we were like, "Oh, I'm hungry."
I have
can't
sushi
prove
downstairs.
otherwise. So yeah, unfortunately, be pretty light this the spooky month, but you can catch up on our YouTube and see everything that we've done in the past. Get caught up on all of our shows here, and join us when we return the week thereafter. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say, so let's go ahead and do introductions. Let everybody talk about who they are, what they do on and off the channel, who they're playing tonight. Starting as always with Van.
Hello, that's me. I'm Van. You can find me on the internets at Van but Wilder, wherever you can find people on the internet. Mostly I am hanging out in the Discord and streaming on Twitch right now a couple of times a week. Except not really this week, except for today, because we're off tomorrow on old hack recklessly. And then yeah, I'll be off for a while. You won't see me much this week, so come hang out in the Discord with me. Today I'm playing Glass, who is the Whisper. It is now 2 traumas deep.
Whisper. Hey, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me here and in the Discord, and like in real life, sometimes, occasionally. Yeah, I'm around. You can find me at Greek Sid. I'm here on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Saturdays, generally speaking. And today I am playing Salome, our also twice traumatized now spider.
First time gaining 2 traumas. Hello, everybody. I'm RJ. I've been through this rodeo before. You can catch me at rjustice282 on most social media sites. Today I'm playing Fume, who's the Hull, and yeah, trying to doing his best.
That just leaves me. Hey, everybody. I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener of DanaeKeener.com, which is where you can find me doing nerdy drawings, mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on the Indoor Adventures stream. But today I'm playing as Grackle, who is our hound. DanaeKeener.com.
And I am Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown, lurking around the internet. I am here a few days a week playing and running games. Also over on Hack Recklessly on Sundays, playing D&D there as we finish up our campaign. That is it for me, though. Are y'all ready to recap and get started? Previously on Hearts of Stone, Glass visited the Bellwether Crematorium and got a new partner assigned in the process. Fume scouted out Mylera's activities, who would be your new your target of assassination for the score, and found her holed up in the Strangeford estate. Salome had Pierce set up an interview with Mylera to draw her out, and Grackle had her showdown with the leader of the Red Sashes, but gave up the ghost, taking her out. The crew found Zephyr and the remaining Sashes in a bad place and discovered their former commander's final act was to wipe out the dissenting members of their ranks. And that is pretty much everything that happened last time and where we are picking up today. But first, before we get into the roleplay and everything, we've got a couple of bookkeeping things to do. One is that your crew upgrade. We were going to talk about that and decide what y'all wanted to take. Some ideas were thrown around. Did y'all decide what you want to do?
We could just immediately pick up Jackdaw and the Rooks.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take both of our upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go ahead and lock that in, and then nobody has to use downtime actions for the recruitment. And you could focus that on other things.
Mm-hmm.
I had already like mentally like locked them down as Jackdaw and the Rooks. Like we have them, right?
Jet on
I
the
didn't-
rooks.
I
God
didn't
damn it,
even-
that's where I went
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
Me too.
I will say I don't mind doing downtime actions towards that because I have no stress now. So I don't worry about
True.
that.
That is true.
That is true.
Well, and I guess technically neither does Grackle.
Salome doesn't either.
Nope.
Yeah. Glass and
So
Salome.
none of us are going to be
the
indulging vices for a
two of
variety
you
of different
will-
reasons.
The two of you
Mhm.
will gain stress for not indulging your vices, but you do not have any stress currently. So.
Yeah, it's only
Mm.
one, too, right?
Crew move.
Is it?
It's one
is
per
it one
trauma.
per trauma?
Mhm.
So it's two.
So y'all
two.
will gain if you indulge your vice now, you're gonna overindulge, or so you either take the overindulgence or you take the 2 stress.
I'd rather just
It's
take the 2 stress.
I'm gonna take the 2 dress.
There's
So-
there's a crew move that lets crew members see things that exist in a ghost.
Yeah,
There sure
that-
is.
I
that does
don't know if
sound-
we want to take that this level, but like maybe in the future.
We could
Yeah,
I
put
feel
that
like
on.
if we take it
The-
this level, we forego a lot of like ghost consequences.
Mhm.
Yeah, the text of it is ghost echoes, I believe. Yeah. From weird experience or occult ritual, all crew members gain the ability to see and interact with ghostly structures, streets, and objects within the echo of Duskwall that exists in the ghost field.
I am positing that as a future upgrade, not necessarily this one.
I like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that really wouldn't do much for Glass because you already have the ability to do that. But for the rest of you, that would help.
Mhm.
Are there any veteran things from other playbooks? Because, let's be honest, we're killing a lot now.
Go into Braves or something?
Yeah. Well,
no,
they're
no.
the assassin move that
Yeah.
keeps us from getting heat if there's killing involved.
Mm-hmm.
With the bells is an option.
We
Oh,
are
Crow's
doing a lot of
Veil?
killing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
y'all
might...
could lock that in 1 score too late.
Yeah.
But still,
Uh-huh.
like it
Might be
does seem
super valuable.
thematically appropriate.
Yeah. It's like we
Yeah,
we
you
fucking
learned
learned
your
our
lesson.
lesson.
Yeah, we could do that. That could be good narratively and mechanically. My guess is y'all are about to probably do a lot of murder with our next few scores, depending on what you decide to do.
What?
Well, there's gonna be a resurrection, so, like, that cancels at least one.
Anti-murder, yeah.
Anti-murder.
And birthing.
Is there anything that anyone's feeling very strongly about that wants to make a pitch for?
Nope.
Both mechanically and thematically, I kind of like us learning Crow's Veil.
There's also another one in Assassins that I think is really fun, called Ember Death.
Oh, I saw that too.
Due to
You
hard
just kill 'em.
experience, yeah,
Straight up kill 'em.
You know the arcane method to destroy a living victim's spirit the moment you kill them. Take 3 stress to channel electroplasmic energy from the ghost field to disintegrate the spirit and body in a shower of sparking embers.
A lot of us are working with the ghost field these days.
Pretty
That's a
sick.
thing that any one of us could just do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you
3
could do
stress.
that.
And the assassins, yeah.
3
Yeah.
stress,
That's
and we can cause
especially-
ember death.
That's
Gets rid of the soul
especially
and the body.
poignant with the setting and the changes that we've made to it. That
Mhm.
you essentially be able, we could decide how y'all want to flavor your ability to do that. Whether Fume has outfitted everyone with a gadget that could just knock that out.
Integrates them.
Yeah,
Could be a combination of human
Does it-
and glass
Does it
stone
leave the
stuff.
Heartstone behind?
No, it disintegrates the body and soul.
yeah. I would say probably whatever it would be is like specifically targets the Heartstone.
Cool. The assassins have some cool stuff.
Yeah.
There's also no traces, which is when you keep an operation quiet or make it look like an accident, you get half the rep value of the target rounded up instead of 0. And if you end downtime at 0 heat, you get a rep. So I'm partial to some of those, but
Could we change it so that the Grackles just rip the body and soul apart a la Dishonored?
That would be so
oh
cool.
yeah,
They just peck apart the Heartstone.
they
do like
are.
That's
Wild.
Do they do that in Dishonored, or
It's
is
rats.
that-
Yeah, or the
Is that
fish in
Bioshock?
Dishonored too. We'll get you. The eels.
The eels
These
here
are-
will get you too.
Yeah, if you guys don't
Yeah.
know that in Dishonored too, if you drop a body into the water, the fish will eat it, and then they can't discover the body. I've done a 100% ghost
really
run of that
good.
game.
To know.
I learned a lot of random stuff.
I don't know if this one is necessary right now, but maybe putting it on our radar for later. From the Hawkers Accord, considering we're trying to gather allies. Sometimes friends are as good as territory. You may treat up to 3 of your +3 faction statuses you hold as if they are turf.
Oh,
Oh.
We have made some friends, and expanding turf right now could be really cool. I don't,
Yeah,
I
you
don't think
don't
that's priority, but I
Not
like
really
that one.
Done much
Mark in there.
with turf and claims and stuff in a while.
Which I feel like, given the potential endgame stuff happening, that could be really good.
Or, we could take the cult move that lets you do human sacrifices.
So that's it.
It's fine. That's a thing. I'm not making that up.
It is. It's super cool. You get an extra vice.
Sealed in blood, each human sacrifice yields -3 stress cost for any ritual you perform.
Huh.
Dope. I say one of those assassin veteran moves.
Yeah.
You guys feel strongly about one?
Ghost veil? I don't know. It really depends. How likely are we to blow through all our stress? Very likely.
I'm honestly very open to very soon picking up both because they sound really good. But
Crow's Veil and Ember Death.
yeah, but I just feel like the Crow's Veil. I'm tied on those two right now, but I feel like the Crow's Veil one
So
is
at
more
their
thematically
at their
appropriate.
core mechanically, without all of the flavor text, Crow's Veil is you don't take extra heat when there's killing involved in a score.
Yeah.
Ember Death is you can take 3 stress when you kill someone to disintegrate their body and spirit.
Mhm.
It says this ability activates the moment of the target's death. Spend 3 stress then, or lose the opportunity to use it. Can only be triggered by a killing blow.
Yeah.
Would it still trigger the bells?
Yeah. I'm going to
Yeah.
say because those are 2 separate abilities that I wouldn't say. Otherwise, there'd be no point of Crow's Veil. You'd just take Ember Death and then.
That would be that would be so scary.
Yeah.
Is that the bells keep on going off? You can't find any
Can't find the
bodies.
body.
Yeah. I like the idea that they just go off just very briefly. They go off for a second at the moment. Of
There's
death,
like
they
one
stop.
big ding.
Was that a butt dial? I don't know.
The birds wake up and they're like,
Hmm?
Did
Okay.
you hear something?
Never mind.
To go back to bed.
Well, so it sounds like we're either between Crowsvale or Ember Death. Sounds like the two y'all are
Yeah.
considering.
Yeah.
Do you want to vote on it? Flip for it?
I say Crowsvale.
I also say Crowsvale for now. I think next upgrade though should be the Ember Death one. That
I
makes
think
sense to me.
Rosevale.
Okay.
For some
you
reason,
go.
I want to hold off on the cool stuff.
Yeah.
Is it because you're fucking dead
Maybe, I don't know.
right now?
Maybe.
Because you're dead right now.
Maybe.
It's just my it's my inclination to hold on to all the potions.
To have the big
I
do the
dramatic
same thing,
like
yeah.
happen like right at the finale, where you use the big ability. Yeah.
Mhm.
Add.
That's why I like
Crowsvale.
playing masks and stuff. I was so bad about using my whatever they called that ability.
Yeah.
This is my moment.
Yeah.
Wow, this sheet auto-populating the move when I type the title
It's
is
so
good.
nice.
Is that great?
Love that.
All right.
We're set.
So first on the agenda, done. Upgrade. Second, let's talk about payoff for the score. First we do rep. It's 2 per score by default, plus 1 rep per tier higher. I am going to give y'all 3 rep for this score. Mark that down. And then coin. Krune's coin based on the nature of the operation. I'm going to give y'all 8 coin for this job.
Ooh.
This is a big score. You killed one of the main targets that have been on your list. We can justify a narrative where that money comes from. It can come from, your new connection with the remainders of the Red Sashes. I was gonna say with Pierce, but I feel like that was a net 0 with your interactions with Pierce last time. Did get him involved in a murder, but you did keep your deal about not murdering somebody in his office. So yeah, we'll pay 8 coin for that job. All right, so heat.
How do you guys want to divide the coin up?
Oh yeah, talk about that first.
Well,
2-2-2.
let's hold on to. Do we want to put Grackles in the vault
Keep
and then give it
keep
to her
Grackle-
later?
Well, keep Grackle in mind. Like, we're doing this all meta narrative.
Okay,
so
okay,
you
yeah.
can
2,
you
2,
can-
2, 2. Sounds
yeah.
good.
Wings is still here. So
I was just like,
Use money?
I guess,
Yeah, I mean, you
story
still
wise,
have-
it's like we'll put Grackles in the vault.
because Grackle still has her assets and everything.
Should I guess.
You can still retire
Oh,
as a
As a
ghost.
ghost.
Yeah,
As a ghost.
It's called moving on.
yeah. All those mechanics still function for a
Evidently,
ghost.
you can take it with you.
Yeah.
Go ahead and have your $2 then,
Take
fella.
your $2.
I think you earned them.
You. I need some walking
Yeah.
around money.
It's,
Floating around money.
Floating around money.
It's the fictitious coins for the boat, man.
Oh yeah.
My father straight up told me, he's like, I don't want much for my funeral, but you put 2 fucking full silver dollar coins on my eyes when I go.
Just in case.
Just in case.
You never know.
Okay, so that's coin. We're good there. Heat. Boy.
Now I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Crowsvale doesn't count for this one.
Well, so it counted for my Lara's death. Oh no, yeah. So the Crowsvale, the setup y'all did, my Lara's death didn't set it off. All the other people,
All the other
died.
ones though.
Yeah, and Crowsvale doesn't come in. It wasn't in effect for this job. So
It's-
yeah, yeah.
I do like the
So-
idea that there was just like a little bit left over from putting it in the bullet and gave it to Fume, and we're like, hey, figure this shit out.
So
I'm gonna
this
do
is
some-
interesting.
Help me do some ghost science.
It's interesting though, because I honestly think, all things considered, it was pretty contained. My lair never escaped. The only thing that happened that was outside of that death room y'all created was the
Smash and grab going nuts.
was smash and grab going nuts, but that was part of your plan. That was the that was part of a flashback y'all did to kind of set that up to keep things busy outside, but it wasn't necessarily part of your job. I think this one's between contained and loud and chaotic. I'm willing to go contained for this one just because you literally contained her. So we'll start at 2 heat for that. Add 1 heat for a high profile or well-connected target. I'm adding a heat there. We're not adding a heat for hostile turf because it was your turf that this happened on. Heat if you're at war with another faction. You weren't at the time, so I'm not going to give you all
About
that.
to be though, baby.
And then add 2 heat if killing was involved. We are adding that, so it's going to be 5 heat. I don't know where y'all are at right now.
That would put us. We only had 1, so it'd put us at 6.
Okay, so 6. So you're pretty good.
Out of 9.
All right, and your wanted level is still 1, 2,
2.
1, 2. Okay. So let me roll. I feel like y'all. I was like, should I roll for an entanglement? You guys kind of gave yourself an entanglement here, but I'm still gonna roll for one. And see what we get, and I will bring it in if I need to. So we're gonna roll 2 dice for your wanted level, and you're at 6 plus heat. Okay. So it's a 3 and a 1. I take the higher of the 2. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to roll twice because we get to roll 2 and pick.
4 and a 3. Okay, so it's either going to be. So it's either going to be flipped or interrogation. Flipped is PC's rivals arrange for your contacts, patrons, clients, or group of your customers to switch allegiances due to the heat on you. They're loyal to another faction now. Interrogation is blue coats round up one of the PCs to question them about the crew's crimes. You either pay them off a 3 coin, they beat you up, you take a level 2 harm. It's either pay them off a 3 coin or they beat you up, which you take a level 2 harm, and you tell them what they want to know, and you get plus 3 heat. So it's either you pay them 3 coin or you take a harm and 3 heat. So that's the first option, would be one of those 2. The second would be demonic notice or show of force. Demonic notice: the demon approaches the crew with a dark offer, accept their bargain, hide until they lose interest, or deal with it another way.
You guys want to get a 3rd demon?
And show of force is a faction who you hold a negative status makes a play against your holdings. Give them 1 claim or go to war. If you have no claims, lose 1 hold instead.
Ooh, these are intense.
These are real intense.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna go to war with anyone, I'm ready to just burn down half the city.
I imagine
Could
we're
be time
about
for
to
war.
already be considered at war with
We're
the
gonna be at
Foundation.
war with the Foundation. Yeah.
Third demonic patron?
See, I think like one of us getting rounded up and questioned is fun, but I don't like that the only options are either pay them off or get beat to hell and tell them what they want to know.
Yeah.
I should be able to get beat to hell, but not snitch.
And yeah.
Well, here's the thing: you can resist each of those consequences separately too. Just so you know. So
we keep forgetting about resisting consequences.
Yeah. Well, that's hard for us to do, just given the way that we
operate.
are.
So essentially, you'd have to either pay them off the 3 coin, or you could, if you were going to take the option to get beat up, like essentially get interrogated, where they rough you up and try to get information out of you, you would have to do a resist against the harm and or the heat.
The heat.
Or you could take the harm and resist the heat. You could resist the harm and take the heat, or you could resist both.
I haven't got beat up in a while.
I was going to say the same thing. I think trying to get any information out of a catatonic Salome right now would be very interesting.
Just to be nice, I will go ahead and tell you, it's really funny that the second one is the demonic notice or show of force, because those are both gonna kind of happen anyway. So if we want to take that entanglement, then that kind of leaves us with a fresh slate here, where there were some things that I had planned that actually ties into, and we just make those your entanglements. Not to show too much behind the curtain, but I don't want you to pick the interrogation and then have
have all that shit happen anyway.
Happen anyway. Yeah.
I think we listen to the GM in this moment, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, why not? We haven't done one that wasn't demons or ghosts in a while.
I will say we can go with the demonic notice as the official pick that we're making, and that way we don't have to worry about the whole issue with the claim or anything being up for grabs. But yeah, like I said, it's 6 of one, half a dozen the other. This is all kind of happening in narrative regardless. It's just funny because
illusion of choice.
You don't have to twist our arm to go for a demonic.
Yeah.
No, I love demons.
No, never.
Okay, cool.
I literally took one jewelry shopping last session.
You did.
So
next week they're going plate pattern shopping.
Yeah.
We have all that.
And then on a gondola ride.
Aww.
All right.
Parking at Lover's Lane.
I think that's it for payoff. So I want to just breeze into a little bit of downtime. Basically, I want to give anyone that needs to recover. Well, so Fume, a chance to, if you want to recover some stress or wear, you can go ahead and do that. And if there's anything anybody wants to immediately do, you can. If you want to save some downtime actions for later, we can do that too. But
might reduce heat at the very least.
Only got 3 left that we can take, so
yeah.
Okay, so let's.
I'd hate for Salome to go back to prison.
Yeah.
I don't know. Vacation at this point might be just a thing. No.
All right. So heat is one of those ones you don't have to. It's however you want to narrate, or how do you go about reducing heat. So whoever's taking that action, describe how you go about doing it.
I really do kind of find it appropriate that I don't think Salome has spoken since this happened, but she can still write some correspondence, make some directives, basically work with the network of people that we have to try to get things laid low, pay off some people here, put in a good word with the right people about taking care of smash and grab. But I don't think Salome's really come out of her office much. But you can consort via correspondence, I feel like.
Yeah, you want to write some letters to any contacts you might have to try to smooth things over, either connections with the Blue Coats, with Jared, or that works too. You said to have Derek deliver a few letters for you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Gonna roll to consort.
That's a 6.
Okay. So
that's 6, 5, 4, 3.
Nice. So you can reduce 3 heat.
Woohoo!
Awesome. Okay, that's 1. Who's got another action they want to knock out? If somebody wants to go and roll for the rook, if you guys want to go ahead and knock out the rook recruitment too, you can as
I'll use one
well.
of mine for that. Since I think Glass is doing the opposite of what Salome is doing and is never home.
That's fair. Yeah. I think that makes sense. So you're also reducing heat, or you're doing the training. Got it. So
Rooks.
sorry, my brain just fried.
And now Glass
So
has gone into fieldwork mode and is going
what
out
do
with
you,
Jackdaw.
yeah, so you and Jackdaw link up, and he takes you to a couple of the, like shows you around some of the like unaffiliated criminals around town that he's thinking about recruiting to this gang.
And right now he's the fun parent, and Glass is being a real hard ass on everybody.
Good cop, bad guy.
See what they can take.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of interviews, kind of maybe setting them up on some like
Working interviews.
yeah, like some small jobs that you're like tasking them with. Be like, hey, do this. Let me see how you handle yourselves, and we'll talk after, that kind of stuff. So what kind of test are you thinking?
I'm thinking because they're gonna be more of our sneakies.
Mhm.
Some kind of I think probably some kind of like infiltration. Like Glass doesn't really care how it gets done, but like sets like, so I don't, there's some like merchants that are screwing people over or whatever, and the thing is basically to get in, the like all the Thieves Guild stuff you could do in Skyrim, like the Bedlam jobs where they're like, I
Yeah.
don't care what you steal, but you have to steal like this amount of
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
from that guy that I hate. Yeah, I don't care how you do it, but if you get caught, you're out.
Okay. So what are you thinking about rolling?
I think this is probably command.
Okay. More so telling them what to do, and
I think so, because I think right now Glass is being a real drill sergeant about it.
Okay.
Very critical.
Gonna roll command.
That's a 6.
Nice. So that'll be. You don't have any harm or anything that reduces your effect.
Nope.
All right. That's 3 ticks on the clock. You're only 3 away. Do you want to do your second action and do the same thing, or leave it to somebody else to try to finish up?
We got the freebie floating around too.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Does
gonna
Fume want to use the freebie on this project too?
And I've got just my freebie down to time action as well.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, I'm leaning into the new trauma that I took. I think Glass would continue to like throw themselves
your
at this right
obsession.
now. Yeah, it's obsessed.
Yeah.
Unless somebody else wants to, which I'm also fine with.
Fume,
I see.
fume.
Sounds like go for it.
I'm on it.
Throws up.
We were just thinking if anybody else wanted to. Glass was going to do a second downtime action to try to finish out the Rick recruitment. Just through
I
essence.
have my 2 freebies that I can put into pips, but I'll see where Glass ends up first.
Okay. Then yeah, Glass. Yeah, just do it again. You just dedicate a lot of time to this during your downtime.
Yep. Oh, I think Glass is gone for like a week. With
It's
Jackdaw.
Fume's time to run the jewelry box.
That's a 4.
That's a 4. Okay, so that's 2 segments. So we're just 1 away.
Oh.
So
I'll use my analytical to snipe that with a pip.
Get him.
okay. How does Fume like jump in to try to kind of help with this final stage of recruitment? Like Glass has been putting the potential recruits like through the ringer, trying to
It's at
setting
least
them up with jobs.
one day.
Glass
out of the
shows
week.
back up a week later looking like they have not slept all week.
I
Just
think
get them high. No.
No, at some point, like Glass takes the recruits down to our basement area, and Fume just pulls back a curtain, and there's like a bunch of gear that's been made for them, and like little starter packs, and like if you join up, you get some freebies.
There's also a body in the corner just being electrocuted.
No, there's a tarp in the corner that's occasionally flashes a skeleton.
Anybody who looks at the tarp sideways or gets nauseous at the smell instantly fails. They have to leave. They're not allowed to be on the crew.
I like it. Okay.
You gotta be tough
That-
as nails.
That
Shit,
knocks
is that
out.
a line launcher? Everyone gets a line launcher.
Uh-oh.
That knocks out the rook recruitment. So let's just go ahead and do that.
Get 'em in here.
Let's see. We're doing games. Creation of 96. There we go. All right. So we're creating a gang. These are going to be rooks, con artists, spies, and socialites. Has a scale and quality equal to your crew's tier. So right now y'all are tier 3, so they are tier 3 as well. Which means it's a pretty good size. This is about like 20 people that you are recruiting for this. Which is a
Hell
pretty
yes.
sizable group. We need to choose edges and flaws. So we take 1 or 2 edges and an equal number of flaws. The edges, once again, are on page 96, but they are fearsome, independent, loyal, and tenacious.
When it comes to a gang of thieves,
Loyal might be a priority.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? 2 edges and 2 flaws?
Yeah.
Is that
And
right?
these aren't thieves because that would be under skulks. You already have skulks. These are con artists, spies, and socialites. These are more of the
Oh,
like
yeah.
Social
Okay,
people.
got
the
it. So
talkers.
yes,
The
we're gonna
talkers,
want
the
loyal.
infiltrators, the...
I think we're gonna want loyal and independent.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
Okay. They can make good
'Cause we
decisions on
can-
their own and act on their own initiative, and they can't be
Mhm.
bribed to turn against you.
Yes, we can trust them to stay on our side, and also to act on their own. Like that's what you want from rooks.
A spy
right?
network.
Trust them to turn
Yeah.
him. Trust them enough to turn him loose.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we need 2. Since you took 2 edges, it'll be 2 flaws, which are principled, savage, unreliable, and wild.
I'm feeling
Wild and
principled and savage or
savage.
savage and wild. So I just feel like savage
Also-
makes the most sense.
I like the idea of our faces being savage because it not only like do we have so many people that are physically violent, but I imagine they just like will absolutely destroy you with their words.
Yep.
They're savage.
They're savage, but also
Red her for filth.
How do you want to get bullied, verbally or physically?
Porque no los dos.
We
Both cost
cater
extra.
to all types.
So we want savage
The idea that they
and
destroy you socially.
Ugh, I could. Nope, I'm not saying. Please destroy me socially.
we can't do unreliable.
No. That's
What's
like
funny-
the one.
Yeah. Savage. I think I'm looking through your other groups.
Almost all of them are savage.
A lot of them are savage. Yeah.
Everyone is either savage or wild or some.
Yeah. Which there are only 4, so there's going to be overlap. I was just.
Except for
There's gonna be a lot
Steiner,
of
he's the
overlap.
freak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's principled and unreliable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Well, it's because the unreliability is the fact that they have other obligations.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And same as principal. He's just like, all I'm doing is killing people. That's it.
You want a bunch of like wild party boys.
I'm trying to decide between like wild party boys or like people with almost the most ridiculous principles of just like, I would never kill her. Look at her. That's all this season. Oh my god. Like, something dumb.
I wouldn't strangle her with an Hermes. Please, I'm not that uncouth.
I just think savage and principled is the funniest combination.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what Kellen is too, our witch friend.
Yep.
Savage and principled. Just why she
And
keeps,
Esther.
which is why we now have head consequences.
It makes sense to me for spies to have like a set of rules that they don't break. Yeah. It's to help them keep their cover.
Yeah, like,
Codes
this
of
is-
engagement,
This is the way that
yeah.
we do things.
Yeah, that puts them. That does mean they have the exact same edges and flaws as Esther.
Yeah, Esther and Kellen. Principled and savage. And they're all
Well, she's a
independent.
spy, so
Yeah, Esther is also a spy, so thematically here.
Unless you wanted to make them unreliable. In the sense that like you can't always use them.
That's a good point. I was trying to like make unreliable with independent, loyal people make more sense, but that's true as well.
yeah. I mean that they're just not always available. Like they're independent, they can make good decisions at their own initiative, but they're also have other obligations that keep them from sometimes being.
They're like
Available.
deep undercover or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
I just how do you enforce the unreliable part?
As far as me,
Yeah.
what I do, if you don't roll, if y'all are trying to command them or do something with them, and there's
Fortune roll.
yeah, well, if
Look
so,
at this.
usually what happens is I inflict flaws as consequences when you are trying to use a cohort and you have like a mixed success or a failure.
that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
All right.
So, are we going with unreliable or principled for that one?
What are the Grackles?
The
Wild.
Grackles are unreliable and wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
gotta
they are.
change one of those because they've been pretty
Yeah, they are.
reliable. Like,
We've just rolled well with them. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is that we haven't had a whole lot of
Technically,
times where y'all have used your
Yeah.
technically,
our-
you guys can use the Grackles too.
yeah.
Oh, what's going on? Do they even know what's happening? Oh no.
it's
Oh,
okay.
I just
Fume's
thought
going to
about
explain it to
that.
everyone.
Oh no.
I keep showing up in dark alleys in my spirit warden outfit with a bunch of Grackles behind me like the fucking crow.
Amazing.
That's what I've been doing.
But you have to put on the hat so they follow you. It's the only way.
Spirit warden mask, dark cow,
find out.
cowboy hat.
Cowboy hat.
them to follow her hat.
Her hat. That would
who was
piss Glass off so much.
You're
Which was
fucking
the
right.
Grackle?
All along.
Which was the Grackle that was kind of the ringleader that was getting up to shit?
Oh shit.
That was mine.
Fuck. How did we forget? Hold on. I've got a list of Grackles.
No, I was
Hold
gonna
on.
say that we have the list.
Mine was up to shenanigans for a while, and then we did.
You're the
have
one that
to-
got chastised and put in the cage.
Mine was the one that got imprisoned that one time we did that.
Yeah.
So it got
It's Moonshine.
Moonshine.
Yeah.
I think I just had this image of like Moonshine stepping on like I'm the alpha now. And
Tiny
Moonshine full
cowboy
of
hat.
Jurassic Park velociraptors. It's like
Thanks.
when she came in, she killed all of them but 3.
I start
Yeah.
looking through all of our costumes to find a tiny cowboy. hat.
yeah, Moonshine just wearing a tiny cowboy hat,
A little
like,
belt.
like perched in the corners, just watching everyone.
Oh, takes over Grackles.
Moonshine's the
no.
captain now.
Uh,
Look at me.
Anyway, do we want
I'm Grackle now.
what do we want for the rooks? Unreliable.
Yeah, that's what we just rabbit trailed off of. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot to. Thank you, man.
Amazing.
So I do actually need an answer.
Yeah, that's true. I'm down for either principled or unreliable in the sense that, like, yeah, they're like deep in a mission or something and we can't use them.
Do we only get one flaw?
We
We
did do
picked
2, so
savage.
we picked
We
savage.
get two. Okay, so
we can
yeah,
change
I'd say
that.
savage and unprincipled. Or excuse me, not unprincipled.
I was
unreliable.
like, that's not an option.
If the choice is between wild and unreliable, I don't see spies being wild.
Yeah, it would
Yeah.
be. Oh, we could pick any of the three, so it would be principled, unreliable, or wild.
Have principled yet?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you've used
Steiner.
all of them at this point.
Steiner, Smash and Grab, and Esther, and Kellen. All principled.
How much does this matter? Why are we?
No, it doesn't matter a ton. I mean, you don't want to just flip for it.
I'm flipping for it. 1, 2, 3, unreliable. 4, 5, 6, principled.
Yeah.
It's a 5, principled.
Okay.
Sick.
All right.
Actually,
I
I kind
did
of like
read-
the idea of randomizing these
Yeah.
edges and flaws and
Let's
then making
see.
them make sense.
Just
Yeah, I do
Make it work.
like the savage and principled combination quite a bit.
it's really cool.
I found a new rule though. That
Oh, stop.
for
Rule, as in,
as in a rule
that's
that
been
exists
there
in the
all
book that
along.
that's been there all along that we haven't seen. So apparently you can add an additional type to a gang or cohort, or a gang or
Yes.
expert. I
That's-
didn't see that.
That's not new. I put it in the list of available upgrades.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool.
oh,
I hadn't seen
We
that.
can, for 2 of our upgrades, we can add a new cohort, or for 2 upgrades, we can also add a type to a cohort.
Yeah.
Oh, so
you
they
could-
could be like rooks and something else?
Yeah, they could be rooks and adepts, or
You can add 'em-
rovers
add 'em a whole
and
type.
skulks, or thugs, and
Interesting.
We could
Yeah.
later make like our rooks also skulks or something like that.
hmm yeah. So just the thing that and that helps you if like you want to have because y'all only get bonuses to certain types, right?
Yeah. We can use our upgrades to do elite rooks. We have elite skulks. We
Okay.
can make our rooks elite
Okay.
now that we have them.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So anyway, it's a good thing to know for later. All right, we spent enough time on that. Got through those. Are there any other downtime actions anyone wants to take right now before I get into some scenes? Yes, Fume.
I would like to de-stress.
Yes.
4, 5. And that's that.
All right. Okie dokie. That will be so. We've had Fume use 1, Glass has used 2, Salome's used 1.
We still have
Grackle.
3 heat left. And Salome, if you don't indulge your vice, then you're gonna take.
Yeah, I'll take my stresses. That's fine.
Stress.
Stress. That has literally not come into play yet because I feel like I have had to indulge my vice every fucking time.
Yeah, we really go overboard with the stress. I love it.
Yep. Can't think of anything at the moment except maybe really barreling down on the heat because shit's probably gonna go sideways like it
Yeah.
always does. So, yeah, I'll use my second, and then I've still got the freebie floating around, which we could use once we know the sitch. Yeah, same deal. Maybe having some folks come in to meet with her, continue with some correspondence, talk to Pierce even if he's still talking to us. But yeah, you haven't heard her speak since this went down, so she's gonna do what she can.
All right.
Just a 5.
Okay. I think a 5 is 2.
Okay. We down to 1?
Yep.
Woot! I'll take it.
Right.
Yeah, does Pierce hate us? Are we still on
I mean,
+3 terms
he
with
knew.
the ink rakes?
Yeah, you're still on +2 with the ink rakes.
2, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna bump you. I'm gonna say no increase or decrease. We're just going to stay at a 2 with the ink rakes. All right. That is most, unless there's something, Fume, you want to do in this like preliminary stage of downtime.
I got nothing right now.
Okay. Can save your action for anything you want to do once you kind of know which job you're going to get into and that sort of stuff. I'm fine with doing that. All right. So, Fume, you have been, what has Fume been doing to Grackle?
He has essentially set up another one of those sensory deprivation tanks, but way back in season 1, Fume had a potion that he was able to make that basically healed off harm, and he has been using a diluted version of that inside of this coffin to essentially keep Grackle's body together.
Yes. Okay. So you're trying to like prevent Grackle's body from deteriorating, even though you're not able to like bring her back. I'm trying to decide that could be something that I think might pay off later if like over a period of time you're able to keep Grackle's body in one piece. So if you want to have that, if you wanted to do that as a project or something, we could set that up as a long-term project for preserving Grackle.
Yeah, for sure. That would be a tinker check, right?
It's whatever check. So yeah, that would be a downtime action. If you wanted to do that, it would be, you could do it as a tinker check. I think that makes sense given what you're saying, because you're sort of making the trying to scientifically create something that would sustain this. So yeah, we could do that. This is a pretty hefty check. I'm gonna bust out the
8-segment clock.
I think I'm gonna bust out the 10-segment clock.
Oh my god!
I
think this is a big one. I'm not saying that you have to necessarily accomplish this in a period of time. This is like, your ability to
maintain.
Succeeding in this essentially means that Grackle's body is sustained at the point that you'd maybe be able to do something with it. But yeah, this is something you will be continuously working on. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and get it started with a tinker.
You know, physical dice have not fucked me yet. Thank you for 5.
5. Okay. So it'll be 2 seconds.
I think the difficult part of this is that you have to heal all of these wounds that killed her.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to make a dead body heal itself.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, so the potion that I originally had essentially took your wounds down by a stage, and if it was like a level 1 wound, it just healed it automatically. So I'm figuring that Fume is doing something with that, plus electroplasm to like stimulate Grackle's body into a semi-lifelike form.
Oh, horrible.
So that the potion can actually heal over the body.
absolutely horrifying. I love it.
Disgusting.
Da, 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 da. Sing for me, my Grackle of it music.
So, under the jewelry box, pushed away either in the vault or in a corner of Fume's workshop, Fume has this tank set up that has Grackle's corpse floating in it, being preserved. I think the electroplasm you're pumping into it, shocking the body periodically to keep the muscles tensing, the blood flowing, trying to preserve it the best you can in the weeks leading after Grackle's passing. I know we've kind of talked about it, like kind of the mood around the jewelry box. Glass is out trying to stay busy, working on the recruitment, building up this new cohort for your crew. Salome has locked herself away, not currently speaking with anyone. Fume diving headlong into work, so it doesn't really seem like y'all are really working through this in any way. Or like, there's no like conversations being had or like
There
a scene
have been
to
no
put out.
Unity dens
No
in weeks.
The Unity den is getting dusty. Derek walks into it every now and then. I think has put the like
Dust cloths
couch,
over
like
it.
the dust cloths over the furniture. Has retired the Unity den. The jewelry box, I'm assuming, is still open and doing business throughout the evenings, but maybe just not being run by Salome. Some of your crew taking over the
Derek
operation.
was a former actor, so I really feel like this is his chance to step up.
Yeah.
You know, like put on the show and the performance of taking on, like, you know, interim proprietor.
I think where we kind of come in on this is like Grackle died at the end of the season, and we're coming back with like the little bit of a time skip. Like some of the like Derek is taking on himself to like rearrange some of the furniture, maybe painted a few walls, just for a little bit of like a change in vibe, a change in scenery, so it's not just as painful with bringing back those memories. Moonshine perched in the corner, tiny cowboy hat. The rest of the Grackles kind of having scattered across Silk Shore. I think, like, you know, again, they're your cohort. They're still trained birds. You can still use them, but there's just not that presence of them around the jewelry box that there was when Grackle was alive.
Oh, I will say, we don't have to act it out, but there was a brief slight physical altercation between Salome and Derek. She does not allow him anywhere near Grackle's room.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think
like if he tries to go in to clean or do anything, like, she's there instantly, like just in front of the door.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I probably tried to pop in there to like clean or something at some point. And yeah, got pushed away by Salome and has since then not touched the place. I imagine Salome maybe even locked the door and has the key on her.
Yep.
This infuriates Glass, but they don't say anything. I think Fume can tell that probably the Glass is just like pissed off.
The red sashes, the remnants of them that now are operating mostly out of Silk Shore, have established their own sort of base of operations, kind of recollected themselves. Zephyr now leading the group. They've been trying to continue their operations and get jobs going again to the best of their ability, but they are having to really lie low given their status currently with the Bluecoats, and with the city has greatly diminished.
Since Salome is locked in her room most of the time, Glass has given the Red Sasses permission to come and go from the jewelry box if they need somewhere to be.
Yeah. Zephyr has done her best to take on the mantle of Mylera, stepping in and maintaining Mylera's position as the leader of the Blue Coats and the Iron Coats. Essentially, she reports back to you, whoever is at the jewelry box, every so often. To kind of give reports on what is happening. I think it's probably a bit uncomfortable because she looks like Mylera now. And I can't imagine anyone, especially the three of you, are super happy to see the face of Mylera Clev darkening your doorstep, even knowing it is Zephyr.
Is there a way that we can have an on-off switch with this spell so that when Zephyr's in the privacy of the jewelry box, that she may drop the Mylera face?
I'm sorry, is what I've done not good enough for you?
No, it's very good. I just...
Yeah, Salome just doesn't look at her. Like, looks at her chin, you know? Like they tell you when you're doing speeches. Don't look them in the eye. Just, like, look just slightly below.
Sorry, I don't mean to snap. It's... Unfortunately, this is the best I could do with what I had, so it's temporary. She won't look like that forever.
Oh, thank God. Oh, wait, no, the gods are dead.
Don't remind me. You seen Salome this week?
For tea once. We didn't really speak.
There's been a lot of times over the last few weeks where Glass has started to say some shit, and then... Nope. Never mind.
The unless there's anything else there, I didn't want to interrupt. Zephyr does report to you some interesting information as she has now taken over Mylera's former duties. The one thing is you get a better idea for what Mylera's position was with as commander of the Iron Coats and the Blue Coats. She confirms I think there's a lot of tension. You probably don't see her for about a week after the assassination. She reported to the Baron that she was attacked by Grackle, as you all instructed her to do, but she does let you know that she hasn't had a face-to-face conversation with the Baron. All correspondence has been done with a representative, the Baron's kind of not really like second in command, but like assistant, I suppose, that comes by every...
Is it that dude we met?
Oliver? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oliver drops by every couple of days to check in. He provides her with instructions on behalf of the Baron. A lot of it has been in directing raids on certain establishments that serve as fronts for small criminal organizations in across the city, not just like localized to any specific borough, but across Charter Hall, Brightstone, the Docks, Crowsfoot, pretty much anywhere. And there's not really much of a rhyme or reason as far as Mylera has been able to intuit at this point. They seem to be pretty scattered. It was just he will give her a list of places and say, and Oliver lets her know that the Baron will be dispatching some Iron Coats there, and the Blue Coats should be there as backup and to kind of keep the public at bay. The Blue Coats don't actually conduct a lot of the like enforcement. They're mostly like a figurehead, or they mostly handle like peacekeeping, whereas the Iron Coats do most of the dirty lifting. And what Mylera does confirm for you, which you probably might have suspected, or I say Mylera, Zephyr. But Zephyr confirmed to you, you probably are suspected, is that Mylera did not actually have control of the Iron Coat. She was established as the commander of defense for the city, but all control and authority for the Iron Coats remains in the hands of the Institute of Smartcraft and presumably the Baron himself. She does not. She was the commander of them in name only. She does, however, handle the administration for the Blue Coats. Zephyr's bored to tears by a lot of that and is not really happy about having to do a lot of this work, but is doing the best that she can. But she did report to Oliver that Jack attacked her during the assassination attempt, and was killed in the process. I'm trying to remember, what explanation did y'all want her to give as far as the body goes? Because y'all kept Grackle's body.
I don't know if we actually talked about it.
I don't know.
I think something was mentioned about saying, "Oh, Mylera managed to kill Grackle," but then Salome brought up that the Baron won a body.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we shouldn't.
Previously
Maybe we should say she
injured?
got away.
That she got away. We can
Yeah.
go with that instead. I can make that pivot.
I don't mind the Baron thinking that his pissed off daughter is lurking in the shadows still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so reports Oliver that Jack attacked her, attempted to kill her. She was able to fight off Grackle. Luckily, with the amount, because there were other deaths in the area, they weren't looking for one body in specific when the Spear Wardens and the Blue Coats did arrive outside of Dis. So Grackle's body not being there, not having that body, is not suspicious in any way. The response to this, though, from what Zephyr tells you, is that a full-on investigation has been launched into the whereabouts of Jack, and any affiliations that she might have. The Blue Coats are again on paper leading that investigation, but it's mostly being conducted through the Iron Coats, who are in process of conducting these raids. Also, some of the are hitting some places that pretty close to home for y'all, through Crowsfoot and Silk Shore, that anyone might have connections with, still have connections with Jack. Some of the Blue Coats do drop by the jewelry box to ask questions, not like a full interrogation, nobody's arrested, but to ask the last time you've seen Grackle, that she was known to frequent this area. Zephyr's doing everything she can to kind of deviate the investigation to other directions, but she feels that it's only a matter of time before the dots are connected and Grackle's full connection to your crew may be revealed. So I will be starting a clock for that, but we will get to that when we get to it. All of that being said, underneath the jewelry box, Grackle's lifeless body floating in a tank of strange design by Fume. We cut to darkness once again. Grackle, you have been falling since that vision, that brief glimpse that you got into the memory and seeing your father, of briefly seeing red, and have been tumbling through nothingness. This void around you, not quite empty, like water that you can't seem to catch your buoyancy in, that you are just plummeting through. You feel something moving around you in darkness, keeping you from seeing, from breathing, from making any noise. Just void that you tumble through endlessly. You aren't quite sure how long it has been. It could have been days, hours, months, years. Time having no meaning or really ability to rest yourself or to focus yourself on any one thing. Only your own thoughts to keep you company. What is Grackle experiencing, thinking, feeling in this moment, or in these eternal moments?
I mean, it takes a long time, right? I feel like after some time she becomes fixated on the sensation of being trapped. And so like the imagery that she would call on, because like when you're when you're deprived of all sensation, you begin to hallucinate and grasp at any sense of stimulation. If the thing she's focusing on is being trapped, it would call back to a specific memory where she's trapped in a room and she knows that the crafts are at that moment being murdered.
Mm-hmm. I'm imagining, I don't think we've talked through all the details of that, but I'm imagining it was your father having locked you into one of the rooms within his estate, posting guards at the door, keeping you in place, after you having discovered that whatever was going to happen to the crafts was playing out at that moment, whether it be in your room or more secluded area of the house.
I'm thinking no windows, only one door. It's basically impossible to tell how much time is passing. And it was a long time before she was able to escape the Meriden estate. So it's just a cycle of beating on the door and just like waiting catatonically in a corner, not knowing how much time has passed.
Yeah, the deprivation of senses, light beginning to form, seeing this scene playing out in front of you, both real and imaginative at the same time, watching yourself doing this then becomes you remembering doing this, to you repeating these actions as hours and hours pass in solitude and isolation with only dim electroplasmic light to keep you company, to give you any sight or sensation here. You feel yourself truly isolated and alone in this moment. You hear for a moment, kind of in this vision, in this hallucination, the sound of the like fluttering wings out outside the room. Enough to maybe give you comfort knowing your grackles are somewhere in the estate trying to get in. You'll occasionally hear like a pecking at the door or some scratching that fades off. This continues sporadically over the period of the time that is passing. But at some point it starts to get more frequent. Where it's hard to know how much time is going. Either the period of time that you are losing is becoming longer, or these sensations, this stimulation is happening more frequently, but you hear like a caw echoing outside the room, and then the fluttering of wings, pecking at the door, scratching. And it becomes more frequent and more frequent until it's seconds apart, until it becomes constant, and you just continuously begin to hear the and like pecking, the sounds continuing as they grow louder and louder. No longer just one or two or a dozen birds, but hundreds pecking at the walls, inside, all over the walls, the roof, the floor, all around you, hearing that sensation of being trapped by a swarm of birds carrying on around you. Does this give Grackle comfort, or is this something that concerns her in this moment?
I think at first it's comforting. I like to imagine that the way that she did eventually escape was with the birds. So it plays out similarly to how it had went before, where she like runs to the door and starts encouraging them to like, go find a key or, something like that. And then at a certain point it becomes clear that there's too many birds and that they're in the walls. And it like devolves from a moment of hope to kind of a moment of horror, where she just kind of like backs away from the door and like is like glancing around at all of the sound that's surrounding her.
You begin to see holes forming in the door as whatever's outside is being pecked and scratched away. The walls beginning to crumble around you as you see black beaks beginning to poke through, as the room around you is being torn to pieces, continuing this assaulting wave of noise and cawing and scratching and flapping, until in one moment the entire room around you shatters to pieces, imploding in on you, as a murder of crows, of grackles, collapses and collides in on you in the center, and you feel this swarm of birds and beaks and talons and feathers encircling you, and it's soft but painful, as they're not attacking you. You don't feel yourself being pulled apart, but you just feel that like the scratching of thousands of birds carrying around you, as you're back in that void, but now can feel that sensation is continuing of this swarm encircling you. Begins to pull back, is no longer pressing in on you, but you find yourself in a sort of continuing to feel that sensation of like falling, of being suspended, but with this barrier of these carrion birds swirling around you. You see not only grackles, but crows, and then occasionally a larger bird as a vulture kind of moves through the swarm as well. And as the sound kind of fades, it's still present, this ambient noise of movement around you. The cawing stops. And instead, amidst the presence, hundreds of voices begin to speak in unison. And as a whisper at first, you hear, Jack. What happened, Jack? You failed. You were just starting, and you failed. And we lost Fume.
Oh God!
There he is.
There he is.
What happened, Jack? You failed, and then immediately everything broke.
RJ's screen goes to black and it just says game over.
Game over.
Game over.
Oh no.
Anyway, came back. You were just starting. You had just taken the first steps. Why did you stumble?
I don't know. I had to know. I had to know why someone would do that.
The voices kind of continue, this time like taking on a different, again, hundreds of voices all at once. It takes on a new tone, a deeper one, resonating through the flock. It says, does it matter? The why doesn't matter. I thought you wanted revenge.
I do.
You hear another voice kind of like lighter through the flock that says, I'm not sure I believe you anymore. You've grown soft, Jack. Attached.
Let me out and I'll show you how soft I am.
The birds kind of like swirl around you faster and says, there's the fire. Prove to me, what would you do if you had the chance? If given life again? In that moment, you see the birds continuing to swarm. In a flash, suddenly, like crashing into it, you land on firm ground, legs buckling underneath you, muscles straining, like you've just fallen. From the top of a building, essentially. There's no lasting pain, no broken bones, but it is a heavy impact as you land on firm ground, on cobblestone. And the swarm continues to circle around you. You can't tell where you are. It feels like duskfall, but you aren't sure. And the birds swirl in front of you again, and you see forms beginning to appear. And erupting from the feathers, you see Mylera, sword drawn, walking towards you. You see the look on her face, one of regret, and she once again says, I didn't have a choice. I was forced to do those things. I didn't have a choice. And you feel the familiar weight of a pistol in your hand.
She's gonna raise the pistol, look down the look down the sights. That doesn't matter. She'll fire.
You fire. Poosh! The gun goes off. Smoke. You see the impact with my Lara. She explodes into black feathers, destroyed. You hear the voice around you. Good. That's a start. There's whoosh, another swirl in front of you as you see other forms begin to appear. You see Chief Helker walking out of the crows as well, stepping towards you, a look of terror on his face as he begins to stumble and step back, beginning to plead for his life. What do you do?
It's like zero zero sympathy, like Terminator walking towards him, gun still held in front of her. She fires again.
You boom, fire the shot again, explodes into feathers. The crows around you are growing, the carrion birds encircling you, becoming more ferocious, like a storm wrapping around you. Another form forms, and stepping out, you see Captain Pansia, arms raised in surrender, kind of in cautious, stepping towards you and says, Jack, it's all right. You don't have to do this anymore. Put down the gun, Jack.
I think she stares just kind of wild-eyed, and like it's like a close shot. It's just on her face, and we just hear the gunfire another time.
Gunfires, feathers, birds. The voices around you in approval. Once again, the birds begin to caw. And then in one movement, they all fly outwards, scattering. And you find yourself alone on a street in Brightstone. You see a bridge in front of you heading north across the channel towards White Crown. Mist enveloping the bridge, flowing along the channel. And standing on the bridge, back to you at first as he slowly turns to the imposing form of your father, as he is the Baron, not as he is in your memories. He turns and looks at you. You don't have to do this.
I think her eyes are wet, as she reloads her pistol and holds it up again. I do. She fires again.
You fire the shot. It connects. This time, no explosion of feathers, no birds. The body falls limp to the ground. You see his hand raised for a second towards his chest, the blood on his fingers, his hat falling onto the cobblestones to his side as you walk up towards him. He looks up at you. A bit of fear, remorse, regret in his eyes before they go still fixed on you. It's a moment of calm. Then you hear ding, 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 ding. All throughout the city, bells begin to raise as you see an immeasurable quantity of crows beginning to rise around the city, swirling overhead like a hurricane as they descend down. And one by one, they perch upon his corpse and each one in turns rips a piece away from it as these thousands upon thousands of birds begin to peck his body apart in front of you. And then your vision is blocked once again, the light disappearing, just the birds encircling you around you, and you hear the voice return and says, "Very well. I will give you another chance, Jack, for revenge, for vengeance, for judgment. If you seek these things for me, I will give you another chance."
Who are you exactly?
The birds begin to caw as if almost laughter circling around you, and the voices continue and says, "I've been called many things. There are names I enjoy, and there are some I don't. You may call me Nemesis, and you will act in accordance with our pact. Do you agree, Jack?"
She's kind of rolling the name around in her mouth. Alright, I think I can remember that for later. What exactly is the pact? Listen, I'm not great with this whole demon thing. I don't know much about it. So,
The birds encircle you again. You hear that cawing and the chittering around you as the voice continues and says, "Revenge, against whom I see fit, and those that have wronged you. We work for mutual goals. I seek the Baron's death, along with others. But I will not inhibit or restrain you from seeking vengeance against those that you have sought it from for so long. I merely wish to add a few more names to your list."
alright. Well, I got a few names for you, too. And she kind of... she goes down a list of... that. She's like... Glass, Salome, Fume, Derek. Yeah, can't forget Derek. And she, like, mentions pretty much everybody that's close to us. These are people who can't go on the list, you understand?
There's cawing around, a bit of noise as there's enough of a pause where you hear this entity, this demon, mulling over and says, "This can be agreed to, so long as they do not aid those that we seek to destroy."
Shoot, that won't be a problem, I don't think.
Very well. There is one name that you must remember. One being that we must destroy, along with your father. A creature like myself. You know him already. He is a traitor to our kind.
Fair's fair.
Before your time comes, the demon Belphegor must die. I trust you with this.
All right.
One of the crows from the swarm flaps down, lands, perching on your wrist as you raise your arm. It looks at you, its head cocks for a second as it does like the side-eye bird thing and meets you with one eye. And then, to seal the pact, it pecks down at the back of your hand, tearing off a chunk of flesh before flapping back, taking to the sky once again, and returning to the swarm. And Jack, you begin to rise. As you feel the birds swarming around you and you feel yourself being carried upwards. We return to the jewelry box. For the sake of this moment, Glass, Salome, Fume, all of you are in the jewelry box in some place. I imagine Salome in her office, Fume probably working downstairs, I would imagine. I don't know if Glass would be at the bar in her.
No,
in
you
his
know,
room.
just running the fucking business again.
Yeah. You're
No, you know.
you and
Once
Fume,
again,
you know.
Salome's locked up and Grackle's nowhere to be found.
Oof! Damn!
The boys have to do the work this time.
I'm running your fucking whorehouse.
So Fume, you see a flicker to the light in front of you, the electroplasmic light kind of like dimming for a moment.
He's reaching across and like tapping the bulb repeatedly.
You like tap it, and then as you tap it for a third time, there is a spark that comes off of it and carries like into the wall, like through the currents, through the wiring under here. It kind of peters out for a second, and then you see happens again.
It's like the quick jump of like, oh god, I should probably shut this down. So he's running over to a backup like switch, essentially to shut the lights real quick.
You run over, flip the switch, all the lights in the jewelry box go off. Upstairs, suddenly it's just dark. And then
Sorry, he waits the 15 seconds for everything to like settle and then flips it back on.
before you flip it
Upstairs.
back on,
Fume!
1 second.
before you flip it back on in the darkness, the light begins to glow again. This time, not that like sort of like greenish yellow that most of the lights carry, but a deep like maroon, red, verging on purple, and then light electricity begins to cascade off of it, this time persisting, continuing through all the wiring, carrying through the rooms towards the vault, and you see a glow coming from inside.
Glass.
You all hear Fume calling from downstairs as Glass and Salome,
I'm going.
as
Oh,
you begin
yeah.
as the two of you begin to head downstairs, you begin to hear something else. You begin to hear wings. Not that wings. Wings. Fluttering.
I'm here,
Fluttering.
self-insert,
She's
yeah!
No.
I don't know, you guys. This is scary.
You're fine.
And this is how we go into Darkest House again. So Wing shows up.
Oh
and
no.
You hear similar to what Grackle just heard, just of at first soft, but then carrying on to dozens, hundreds of wings calling, approaching, growing ever closer. You see Moonshine kind of pop up onto the counter and like head twitching side by side. And
What is it,
then
boy?
Moonshine takes off and begins to fly through the jewelry box downstairs towards the basement.
Moonshine.
A couple of the grackles that are scattered around inside do the same.
Something's not right.
And then suddenly, an explosion of glass as... Not that glass. Why are you moving so-
We've got to stop.
You
using
smell
nouns as our
fumes.
names.
What?
And you
Yeah, mine's you can't. It's fine.
and Derek
It's
is
okay.
Derek is making sandwiches with salami.
Salome.
That's as close as I could get on short notice.
An explosion of glass as through the windows, erupting inwards, swarms of birds crashing through the windows and into the jewelry box.
No, fuck, shit, no!
The birds swarm around you, but carry following Moonshine down into the basement.
Oh shit. We'll follow the birds.
Yeah, just bolting.
You like making your way through, just like you feel like scratches and birds like running into you and then flying around you.
Full like updo coming down, doesn't care, running.
You get down to the basement. You find Fume, having just called out for you. Fume, what were you doing? Where were you heading as you were calling out for them? Were you heading towards the vault?
Yeah, he was heading towards the vault to open it and check what that light is.
Okay. You get down there just as Fume is pulling the vault open. Fume, just hundreds of birds suddenly in your workshop down here, swarming around you. Glass and Salome making their way through the swarm. You see Fume.
Moonshine. Call them off.
Just as he gets the vault door open, Moonshine is the first to fly in, followed by a dozen other grackles and crows and ravens, all fighting to get into the
It's just like one pigeon in
vault. Just one pigeon.
Like a really nasty pigeon.
There's an eel flopping around.
The pigeon is like voluntarily dunked itself in oil, so its feathers are black.
The pigeon also pulls out a switchblade.
Yeah.
The as you open the door, you see the casket, the sarcophagus, the deprivation tank that you've kept Grackle in is surging with that electroplasmic energy, just cascading and connecting with the exposed metal around the room.
Salome
What?
just like grips Fume's shoulder, like shaking him.
Can I tell what's happening?
Glass, you feel a presence of a spirit.
You son of a bitch.
As Glass is the only one that fully sees this, the rest of you just see a surge of electricity amidst the birds, which also seem to be like almost not harmed by, but the electricity sort of like surging through them as well, like connecting them like a current. Something rises from the tank. Glass, you make out the flowing, long, braided hair, the exact same clothing that she was wearing at the moment of her death. You see the visage of Grackle kind of manifests there for a moment. The birds sort of slow, perching, staring.
Can I pull her through?
Hmm.
Can I pull her through?
I think as you reach out, you see like a fully manifested spirit like rising up from Grackle's body. Grackle, do you say anything in this moment that Glass would hear?
No. Like, it's like she's in a trance. She looks past them.
You see, as you reach out, Grackle seems to, again, like looking through, not fully comprehending her surroundings. There's a spark and a flash, and suddenly all the ravens, all the birds at the same time erupt out of the vault. There is a spark as Grackle flashes out of existence, and Glass, you can feel it, and you almost see Grackle moving with them as the swarm at full speed flies up out of the vault, up the stairs, and out of the jewelry box into the city.
I want to say that you guys hear a horse whinny and the sound of hooves exiting, like becoming quieter, as clearly Buttercup just like does a drive-by.
Joins
Yeah,
the
she would.
fray.
Stay here.
Still shaking, Fume. Like,
bolted.
Oh yeah, I need Salome and I guess not
I'm
Fume.
a hole.
Yeah, if we haven't really gone into this, are you affected by ghost shit?
I don't
You
think
were
so
bef-
because I had to be a ghost to go into my
Well,
hole.
okay, you were before, and we're still going with the. I think, given your very human nature, I am gonna say that you aren't that you are affected by it.
Okay.
It's a little different because you were before in your prior body, so this body's not really any different, it's just older. So for consistency, yeah, I need both of you to do well. Both of you are going to take a level 1 harm from witnessing this. You can resist it if you would like.
I will try.
shall resist. Which one do we do for resisting these? Resolve?
Yeah, this will be resolve resistance.
And it's number of pips, so okay.
I'm
Yeah, I think for you it's
immune.
3. Yes.
Yeah, oops, sorry, my visage is harmful to you.
I can probably fix that.
5.
6.
Okay, so Salome, you took 1 stress. Fume, you don't take any. Where? I think for Fume, like we've flavored a little bit more now that you're like fully in the whole playbook of like, you know, the electroplasmic energy and everything around you like could like short circuit you and it could cause like damage to you.
It's a different kind of panic.
Yeah. Salome, you feel that bit of like, again, you freeze and like you're beginning to panic, but you manage to keep yourself mostly under control as Glass begins to move for the stairs.
I have bolted and on the way out snag my spirit ward and stuff.
Hmm.
Throw that on because somebody's gonna see this happening.
Yeah, I think Glass.
I would like to be first on the scene.
I'll give you like you can feel this presence moving. It is not just moving like outside into the street. You feel Grackle's presence moving out at a rapid pace east, further into the city, like out of Silkshore.
Toward Dis.
It's hard to tell from right here. That'll probably take some rolling and some tracking. But Glass, you grab your spirit ward and stuff. You make your way. Are Salome and Fume staying behind, or are you two running as well?
I think Salome is in a daze, so just sort of looks to. I don't think she's just. I'm sorry, Fume. She's just like grabbed a hold of you and is just shaking you.
Glass has said stay here. That does
Yeah.
not have to be listened to, though.
You may resist.
You may resist.
Fume-
Also, if you don't, the jewelry box might catch on fire.
That's true. Fume just grabs Salome by the arms, and it's firm but gentle. Glass has got it covered. I think I have an inkling of what's going on. As impossible as it might seem, but we've done the impossible before. We need to stay here and make sure that the jewelry box is prepped for their return.
I think looks around, realizes, oh shit, my windows, and then we'll rush upstairs and start putting out smoking things, cleaning up broken glass.
Fume, as you're kind of like, there's feathers everywhere. You're gonna have to really sweep up down here. As you're looking towards the vault, I imagine you go to check on the
body.
tank.
Yes.
The tank is intact. I'd like to say, just for the narrative of this, is that maybe there is like a panel or something that you can actually like see in and see the body from the top, or you can open it. I mean, if you were planning on just opening up and looking at the body too. But you look down.
That hermetically sealed.
Yeah, maybe just like a glass, like viewing panel. On
Yeah.
top. You look down and you see Grackle. Undisturbed, body is intact. However, you see from like under Grackle's collar, her heartstone is shattered.
Fume just grips the bridge of his nose with his pointer and thumb and just stands there for a few minutes rubbing.
Fume gets a migraine, has to go lay down.
Of all of the fucking things to happen, oh my god. I think that's an ulcer. I think I'm having... I don't think Hull's gonna have a hot... I smell toast. Okay.
And with Glass running off into the city, Fume wrapping his head around what just happened, Salome making sure that the jewelry box isn't on fire, and dealing with, I think Derek is coming out and be like, the fuck just happened? We're gonna go ahead and take our break here.
I'm gonna catch your ass.
Ghost race!
You better have a Pokeball ready.
Get ready.
Master ball! Master ball!
Oh boy.
Yeah, dude.
No character voice, it's just her voice saying her own name, and that's
Oh,
it.
please, for the rest of the campaign, it's just Grackle.
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 Grackle, use bullet seed.
It's gonna become Schnitzel from Chowder.
Grackle.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that was really funny.
That was great.
Boy. All right, y'all. We're gonna go and take our break, everyone. Recommend you do the same. Eat a snack, drink some water, stretch, whatever you need to do. We'll be back here very soon to continue our session. And until then, stay tuned. And welcome back, Internet. I was waiting for another cat scream, just to see if like Juliet has now realized when we're going live.
Juliet is now the associate producer of this show.
Yeah, she's just
the
she's chilling
countdown.
back
that
taking a nap.
triggers it.
Yeah,
Detective.
love that
Oh,
chair.
your ass is awake over there. I see you.
But
She whipped her in.
I saw it. All right. So, picking back up where we left off, Salome and Fume back at the jewelry box, keeping everything locked down. Ghost Grackle has fled the building and has escaped out into the city. And Glass, with Spirit Warden attire, is chasing after. So I guess the most pertinent role to do right now is Glass to track down Grackle. So what is Glass doing? I was sort of assuming this would be an attune thing and not a hunt thing.
I was hoping for a tune, yeah.
I can say. I mean, I think that works given this specific circumstances.
Ghost hunting.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
ghost hunting.
Finally,
Yeah.
it's finally
Yep.
happening.
You get into your hearse, turn on the sirens, and go flying out into the city.
Put on fucking, I don't know, Blue Oyster Cult. Sounds right.
Yeah, go. Let's do an attune. This will be risky standard. Guys, this is the first roll we've done today.
No, we rolled for the
Well, for downtime, so this is the first
downtime
like
stuff, but
action roll we've done.
yes. 6. I got to 6.
Got a 6. Sorry, I saw you kind of look up. I thought you went yes. I didn't know if you said yes or 6.
6.
6. Perfect. You attuning with the ghost field, like you just had this close encounter with Grackle. You understand what's going on. I mean, and just in case anyone at home doesn't, or anyone players aren't, like, Grackle's spirit having erupted from the Heartstone, you aren't really sure why. Like, this process of like manifesting as a spirit shouldn't happen unless a Heartstone is destroyed. And usually, as far as you're aware, spirits don't just escape from Heartstones. So this is unique. This is different. This is odd. But right now, focusing solely on just tracking down, trying to find where Grackle has gone. You don your Spirit Warden mask and your cloak and go racing off into the city. You head east, and I think attuning to the to like spectral energies and the ghost field, Grackle is not nearby anymore. Has moved. Spirits can move incredibly fast under the right circumstances, traveling along electrical currents, and even just moving on their own. So you don't really have like a ping on where Grackle is currently, but what you can tell is almost like a boat moving through water. There's a current, there's a ripple that has disrupted things in this area in a direction. You're able to sort of push that way based on your understanding and your read of the ghost field. You head out of Silkshore across the bridge towards Crow's Foot. I assume Glass was going on foot. I assume you weren't taking the boat, or
No, I'll go on foot.
Okay. You go racing off into Crow's Foot, continuing to head east towards Charter Hall. Continue with a 6. Your sense of Grackle's movement, of where she has gone, is pretty clear. She is not heading south. She does not seem to be heading towards Night Market. In fact, she seems to be veering north towards Brightstone. It is late at night, middle of the night, so nobody out, thankfully. No alarms raised, bells going off, also thankfully. You catch a glimpse as you're running along the streets, standing at the corner, kind of like you see like frozen in terror as you're running past. You can see the some like thief or something on the corner, like arm, one hand pressed against a wall, like staring out into the night, looks just like frozen in horror of something he just saw but can't quite comprehend at this point. You just go running past, continuing to Charter Hall. You begin to veer north, and as you cross the bridge into Brightstone from Charter Hall, you get a more you can sense a disturbance in the ghost field, some sort of ripple being cast in your direction, coming from sort of like the center of the district, near the park. As you kind of slow down, as you get more of a beat on like where Grackle is currently, now we're going to draw attention to yourself. There are some blue coats like patrolling. You see the of an iron coat patrolling this row. It's very quiet, just the flickering lantern light illuminating the streets in the misty evening. With your spirit warden mask on, nobody approaches you. The iron coat doesn't acknowledge your presence, or I think kind of like as it crosses the road in front of you, it like turns towards you, like clocks your presence, and then continues continues walking on its path. No sounds of alarms going off currently. You reach the edge of the sort of central hub of Brightstone, this large circle, which is abutted by shops and stores, but at the center of which is a large park. Some of the only like grass and trees in the city, still maintained by the people of Brightstone and their affluence. It is very quiet here currently. You don't hear the sounds of birds nor creatures or bugs or even anything that was just like deadly quiet. As you look up towards the edges of the trees here, in the darkness, you would have missed it at first and just taken it for the foliage, the greenery of the trees. You see perched amongst the branches are hundreds of birds. Ravens and grackles mixed in, all silently watching you as you enter the perimeter of the park.
I'm gonna try to find her.
Okay.
She's here somewhere.
Let's go ahead. Let's do another attune.
Okay. That's a critical.
That's a critical?
Yep.
Damn.
When you get 4d6, there's gonna be some sixes in there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
You very quickly kind of zero in on where you feel Grackle to be. I think there's an extra like connection here, because this isn't just a spirit that you are tracking. This is the spirit of somebody that you've known very well. And as you can see, kind of attuning to the ghost field around you, the ethereal nature of the some structures that no longer stand here, that you walk through, heading further into the park, dotted amongst the actual corporeal structures here, you see a large section of the park with these standing monuments and memorials, each with prominent family names engraved atop them. As you head further in and enclose on where you're feeling this presence, you see one monument that is not about the same size as like most of them, like no larger or smaller than the rest. names engraved along the sides in testament to those of this family that have passed. And with a name carved on the uppermost point of the monument, you see the name Craft. And with your sight, you see currently manifested in front of this monument, hovering there, sparking electricity around a very familiarly shaped spirit. You see Grackle with her back to you, focused on this monument.
Jack? Can you hear me?
I don't think you get a direct response, but you can hear muttering as you draw closer.
Jack? It's glass.
Someone has to warn them.
I kind of walk up. Can you hear me?
Her eyes are up on the monument, but it's like she can't see it. And there is an uncharacteristic look of fear on her face. He's gonna kill them, so somebody has to warn them. They're all gonna die.
Jack, I don't want to forcibly pull you out of this, but I will and it'll hurt.
I think you're gonna have to.
I thought you might say that.
She's like non-responsive. It's like she can't see you. She's completely somewhere else. She's not even herself. She sounds younger.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, because just when she initially emerged, I described her as having the appearance of when she died. Would you say that right now, given where she's stuck in her memories, that Grackle it looks different, looks like her younger
Yeah.
self, maybe dressed in like the clothing she would have worn back then?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's accurate. She's smaller, lankier. She was always tall, but it's like she hasn't filled out yet. And her hair is a little bit shorter.
Can I use my compel ability to force her to focus on me?
Yeah, how does that work?
This is the one that where I attune to the ghost field and force a nearby ghost to appear and obey a command.
I think that's perfect.
She's already appeared.
Yeah, is that one where you spend stress to do it? Or
I
is it
roll
just-
a tune.
You roll a tune. Okay, I didn't know if it was one that dictated what roll. Yes, you may definitely do that.
Yeah.
Roll a tune. Again, I think, given the nature of this, we'll call it risky. But I think with your abilities and everything, I would consider this as having great effect. This is what you were, this is what you do.
My job. That's a 6.
It's another 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sick.
I will just Wings, I will let you describe kind of the effect of this if you want. What is the command that you are giving to Grackle right now?
Grackle, I need you to hear me.
I think the effect is instant. Where suddenly, like, inhumanly fast, her head snaps towards you. And she looks you in the eyes, and she whispers, "Let me out."
I want you to come home.
And it's like she screams, "Let me out!" And like I think she grabs you, and you see like a quick like snapshot of everything that she experienced while she was dead.
Okay.
Yeah, I think very quickly you see the memory with the Baron. You see the moment where she sees red falling birds. You see bam, 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 shooting each of the visions of Mylera and Helker and Panzea and her father in turn. You see this vision of this swarm of birds identifying itself as Nemesis, the bargain that was made, and now back to reality.
You of all people making deals with demons.
I feel like it cuts back to Grackle, and it's her again, and she's like got you gripped by the shoulders, and fuck, like she's back, and she just like looks around like, I died. The bells.
Alright. Everyone's alright.
Where, Salome, Fume, they got out?
They're alright. Well, physically, anyway.
She looks around, kind of realizes where she is. They're dead. They're dead. He's still around.
Do you remember?
I think so. How long?
How long has it been?
25 years.
Yeah, it's been 80 years.
The camera
Jack.
finally cuts to glass and it's like wrinkles, like white hair, like
Yeah.
the real twist.
I would say
Just kidding, Glass is immortal.
somewhere around 2 weeks.
How long since you died?
She nods.
2 weeks, give or take a day or so.
She's putting everything together. You can see the cogs turning.
Don't get lost in there again. Pulling you out is difficult. You're stubborn.
She looks at you, and it's like she's like decided that she's going to do something. It's like it's the same look she gets in her eyes, like right before she's ready to pull a trigger.
Here we go.
And she steps forward and she hugs Glass. I'm sorry I left you again.
You're gonna have to work on that, because there probably won't be a third time.
Do you know how to kill a demon?
No, but I know someone who might.
Alright.
Do we need to kill a demon?
I think I talked to a demon.
Alright.
I think he wants me to kill a demon.
Nemesis.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not killing Nemesis. It's,
No, Nemesis spoke to you.
yeah.
saw it when I think you overloaded my brain with your memories.
I can do that.
Don't recommend it. Most people, you might actually fry their brain.
She like looks down at her hands. I don't know how any of this works.
Well, lucky for you, I lived.
Her eyes kind of like widen with like realization, like, She puts those dogs away, like, these are dangerous.
I lived. You taught me how to shoot. It's only fair I return the favor.
Alright.
You've already got the flying thing sort of figured out.
Did I fly here?
Quite fast.
I can do that?
I've chased you basically halfway across the city on foot, so... First lesson, I suppose. Now more than ever, you're going to have to keep your emotions in check.
The look she gives you is incredulous.
We'll work on it.
She's gonna whistle and summon Buttercup.
Ghost horse.
Ghost horse.
Ghost on a ghost horse!
There she is.
Ghost on a ghost horse! Da, da.
She's been running through the city following the birds, and I assume causing terror wherever she goes. Also, the jewelry box is going to need new windows.
Did I do that?
Technically, the birds sort of lost it. They knew.
Yeah, well. They are wild animals.
I think they deserve a little more credit than that. They knew it was happening before any of us did. And this is supposed to be my job.
Could be a nemesis thing.
Yeah. I suppose we'll see.
She'll mount up on Buttercup and offer a hand to Glass.
Can I ride the ghost horse?
Grackle could.
Yeah, I don't
was
see why
alive.
not. I was gonna say Grackle could, so
That's right. Alright.
Are people allowed to see me?
Allowed to, or?
Will I hurt people?
Potentially. Not everyone is equipped to handle the innate existential dread of seeing someone they thought was dead staring down at them. Manifesting is also going to take energy, so... I'm getting ahead of myself.
Well, you probably ought to. I'm gonna need to learn all this stuff awful quick, I think.
Alright. Don't let one emotion rule you, and don't get too obsessed with any one target, and you should be alright for the time being.
Do you know me?
Unfortunately. You are actually going to have to listen to me this time. It's a short road from what you are now to complete and total corruption. Rather not see you go there.
I think that gives Grackle pause for thought. But she's going to start steering Buttercup back towards the jewelry box. And during that ride, she's gonna ask some questions about being a ghost.
Yay.
All right. Well, we can cut back to the jewelry box because I imagine this is something we also are going to need to play out is Glass and Grackle walking through the front door. Well, Glass walking through the front door and Grackle phasing through it.
Let me sort of prime the situation a little bit so we don't, like, supernaturally destroy everyone's brains.
Yes.
Well,
I feel like after full glass blowout in the front and just like, bird shit everywhere, we're probably just gonna
for the
close
night, yeah.
early,
Oh yeah, I meant you guys specifically and whatever red sashes are hanging around.
Yeah.
we should probably establish what Grackle is and is not capable of. I was a little fast and loose with it during feral ghost times, but a lot of the things that we would assume that a ghost is capable of are things that are on the playbook that you have to take as powers.
Yeah.
So the stuff that I do have, I've got ghost form, poltergeist, ghost hunter, and vulture's eye style. And 2 of those things are things that are holdovers from my previous playbook. So ghost form, what does that do?
That's the one that just kind of establishes how, like, generally speaking, you are made of vapor. And generally, like, you can appear how you want. Like, you appear as your living body with clothes and stuff.
You may slowly flow through small openings as a vapor. You
Uh-huh,
chill the
you-
area around you and are terrifying for the living to behold.
Yes.
So technically it's not like... I think that there's a power that makes you able to go through walls. Yes, okay. Dissipate. This is a power that I don't have. You can disperse the electroplasmic vapor of your ghostly form in order to pass through solid objects. So, I can turn into vapor and, like, go through holes and shit. I technically cannot pass through solid objects.
So you can go through the keyhole right now.
We're gonna have to reopen the pipes.
Yep.
Yes.
Finally!
Send Grackle around through the pipes.
Joke's on you, I never closed them. Ding!
God damn it. That's the first thing Salome says in weeks. God damn it.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, as far as everything else, like, Grackle can't really interact with physical stuff to, like, you can weakly interact. Like, you could pick up a teacup and, pick up glasses and, small things.
Is that the poltergeist thingy?
No, that's just generally with the ghost form. Like, you can weakly interact with the physical world. The poltergeist thing is what lets you spend stress to, like, have, like, telekinetic force and to, like, move greater things.
Cool. So you
Just
still have the
mentioned in
vulture
there.
eye form, but you'd have to take stress to, like, actually pick up a gun.
Drain, yeah, I guess is what the ghost does. Yeah.
Gosh,
So-
I feel like I should voluntarily take a trauma here. I don't know. She's been through a lot of shit. I feel like it doesn't seem right for her not to have a trauma from this.
I mean, you don't have trauma as a ghost, you have gloom.
You have gloom. Yes.
So that is more of, like,
Great, she gets to be more gloomy now.
Yeah. which is essentially like you giving in to, like, your instincts as a ghost. So because your gloom effects are chaotic, destructive, furious, obsessive, territorial, and savage. So it's like you becoming more of like a rogue spirit each time you take gloom.
I could literally take any one of these and it would fit.
You take all 4 and then Grackle's just gone.
I was like, don't bring me into this.
You've brought Glass into this
But-
a
Keep
lot.
my
recently.
name out of your
My
mouth.
name out your mouth.
But just to be clear, like, if it helps you make that decision at all, like, baseline for a ghost, you're, like, obsessed with vengeance, like, that is like your XP thing, is to, like, play into that. Like, that's all understood in narrative, is that, like, wanting revenge and vengeance from those you deserve, like, that is your drive anyway. So
Yeah, I mean, like, as far as, like, shit that, like, Yes. Yeah, let's go with that. We'll go with obsessive.
All right.
Yay. Sorry. Just seeing the word lit up red amongst all of the other ones is like,
It's pretty great, right?
yeah, it is.
So I'm
Yay.
imagining Grackle is hiding somewhere for now as Glass comes in to kind of like smooth things over. I'm also gonna say, for the sake of this, like, so it does say you're terrifying for the living to behold. I'm not gonna have everyone in the crew besides Glass roll resistance every time
Constantly.
they see Grackle. But if you see Grackle like manifesting, like using her powers, could have negative consequences for the rest of you. So.
You guys have Spirit Bane charms, yeah?
That'll just make you uncomfortable and not want to be there, though, right?
Yeah.
I don't. I had a Demon Bane charm, but I don't use it.
Yeah, Spearbane charms that generally will like keep ghosts away. So like Grackle will just be default. If anyone has a Spearbane charm on them, like Grackle can't go near them, or has to like resist it. You have to take drain to overcome it.
Yes. Okay. All right. There's a lot of rules to being a ghost.
Yeah,
Well, you chose to die, so.
You're so right, bestie. That is a choice that I made.
Right. Meeting now.
Breezes with broom in the corridor.
Hand grabs Salome's hand, drags her into Unity Den.
Derek, you're gonna want to be a part of this.
Oh, yes, I think I've got most of the feathers cleaned up here.
Thank you, Derek.
I'm here. What's going on? What did Fume do?
What the fuck, man?
Dwells in Fume.
I just it started downstairs and the power went out, and I just sort of assumed. Am I wrong to assume this?
No, you're correct.
Okay.
We have a visitor.
What kind of visitor?
Of the ghostly persuasion.
Oh.
Jack has managed to attract the eye of something. So his spirit is out of her heartstone and wandering the streets.
Right, should we go and get her, or is that already taken care of?
I've got her.
Good.
But as dramatic and full of flair as it would have been to just have her show up, I don't want you all scratching your eyes out or vomiting on the nice carpet that Derek has just cleaned.
Honestly, my knee-jerk reaction would be to punch her with a Spirit Bane charm.
So if you wanted to come in, put this away, and steal yourself.
Fume will dump his Spirit Bane charm across the room somewhere and wait.
I don't think Salome had hers on. Just one of those, I don't know, when someone passes. Superstition, maybe. So yeah, I don't even think she had it. I think she just sort of slowly registers what has been said. And then sort of kneels on the floor and just kind of looks up at Glass expectantly.
Salome, I need you to look me in the face and promise me you're not going to break down again. I understand you've been through a lot, we've all been through a lot, but Jack is going to be so fragile in these early days. And I won't lose her a third time.
there are some options we could explore if Jack, you do not wish to stay in your ghost form.
I'll get her in here.
Yeah.
Jack?
You.
I guess I opened
What?
the door.
Yeah. Well, one point of clarity too. Jack, you start to hover towards the jewelry box,
Oh, right.
and you find that you can't
come in.
enter it.
I gotta let her in.
Whoops.
Can I alter the warding that I've put up without like negating it entirely?
So the warding y'all have on it is you have defenses and arcane measures to prevent spirits from entering. As far as keeping specific spirits in and out, that might be a project to work on.
Okay.
Right now, essentially you have two options. Either Grackle can attempt to resist it to enter, can roll to resist to enter the jewelry box, or you could temporarily deactivate the wardings against spirits so that
Or we go say hi in the alley.
Yeah, I want her to be able to go on the side.
yeah.
We could meet
I
her in
just
the
need to
stables.
know.
I'll turn it off briefly.
The saddest thing in the world, just her standing outside the door.
I'll turn it off briefly until we can sort of figure out how to get her in here, but Glass is gonna make that a priority.
Okay. Yeah, you remove the wardings that prevent spirits from entering for the time being.
Hold out a hand.
Grackle tentatively takes it.
Oh, wait, this is that fucking movie where I go, I let you in. What's that movie called? Talk to Me. You guys seen that shit? Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be so good. I let you in.
Gonna mutter something about breakdowns in security.
God, you must.
Something that's important to her.
You die, you make a deal with a demon, you come back to life, and somehow you're exactly the same. I
Our
brought my
ghosts-
boyfriend back and he was crawling on the ceiling like a monster. Anyway. Come.
Jettle's just like sitting on the ceiling and is like, I heard that.
Fuck.
You've got.
Just literally cross-legged, upside down on the ceiling.
Stop it. You're not
Inexplicably
funny.
with a cup of tea.
No one
That's
thinks it's
hurtful, that
funny.
is.
No one thinks it's funny.
Just holding the cup of tea upside down.
How are you doing that?
Practice.
Practice. How do you just practice gravity away?
Can Fume have developed a sippy cup for Jackdaw so he could drink upside
Yes.
down?
Oh, it's one of the, it like
Don't
just kind of
encourage him.
turns with your. Yep, I love that.
Don't encourage him.
Like they have on boats.
I'm thinking about killing him again.
Steiner's outside, just like, I'm on it.
You got
I'm
it.
on my way.
Good
Sorry, a lot of
luck.
NPCs we haven't heard from in a while. I just gotta bring them back in for the bits.
Good
Oh my
luck.
God. Or else we'll forget about him.
Alright, I'll bring her in.
All right. Grackle floats in the front door.
Sorry, no, she doesn't do jazz hands.
Ta-da. Which is what Glass would do.
I don't think she would be the first one to speak. I think she's more checking corners, checking exits, you know, like she's doing the sweep like she normally would.
So we're gonna have to work to make this our new normal.
I still find it hard to believe Jackdaw came back and he started crawling on the ceilings, but she's just the same.
Not entirely, but close enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm back. Miss Salome, you alright?
I hardly know.
It's the first time she's spoken since you died.
Just like, she gives like a very like stern look, like what the fuck?
Fuck, man! The fuck!
Yeah.
What do you want us to do about it?
If you thought Glass was gonna deliver that news nicely,
She takes a step towards Salome, and it's like she wants to touch her, but she like holds back. I'm sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
It shouldn't have happened like that. I made a mistake.
I failed you.
No. Miss Salome, you gave me a job, and I faltered.
if it makes you feel any better, we did kill her.
Grackle kind of like turns out her face a little bit.
Maybe better's not the right word.
Trying not to feel too hard. Salome, it wasn't your fault.
What are the conditions of your return? How did you do it?
She grimaces again. Belphegor must die.
From what I can tell, from what I saw, some entity found Grackle wherever she was and brokered a deal.
Once it's completed, are you gone?
Demon deals are never complete.
I don't know for sure. I reckon Glass would have to look into it. I did my best.
You did something right.
Anything else?
Well, I have to kill a few other people. Not anybody I wasn't gonna kill before. Not you. No. I specifically excluded you.
Appreciated.
Why would you do that to yourself? You've missed a golden opportunity.
Oh, now the mood brightens now that my life is threatened. Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
you're a
see how it
robot.
is. Oh. All jokes aside, I'm glad you're back.
Indeed.
What was that?
That's appreciated.
Do you need rest?
With all due respect, I've been resting for weeks now. And I didn't find it all that restful.
No, I imagine not. We're going to have to come up with some sort of temporary situation for you until I can get the warding working.
That's right. I shouldn't stay here for long.
Oh, where will you go in the meantime?
I'll patrol. Keep moving. Can't stay in one place for too long.
Expect
Someone's
regular
bound to
check-ins.
notice. You could schedule something.
Will the spirit wardens be a problem, class?
Not if you don't cause any trouble.
She grimaces again.
Just until we can have you back here. Right. I'm just one person now that I've been saddled with a new co-worker. I can't watch you back all the time.
I'll do my best. There's a lot to get used to.
We'll get you there.
She nods. And she looks like she wants to reach towards Salome again. Pulls away.
I think Salome follows. Just kind of tentatively, like, I don't even know if it's possible for me to do this. Yeah. No, but just
His
kind
was
of
like, please stop. Please don't do that.
Just like hand.
no, just sort of reaching out to like grip her hand if possible.
Chain melody starts playing in the distance.
Ooh.
Is it bad to touch a ghost? I don't know.
I don't think. It's just generally speaking,
Just weird.
You're not gonna hurt somebody by touching them. It's just they're gonna like pass through you most of the time. Like there's like a little bit. I imagine like there's maybe a little bit of resistance. Like you can make contact with somebody and they feel it, but like any pressure and it's just like vapor. You know.
Like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands.
Yeah.
I should invent a vacuum that sucks up ghosts.
I feel like we've had this conversation.
Maybe. Did we do the Ghostbuster joke or the Luigi's Mansion joke?
That part I don't remember. This wonderful new play on called Luigi's Mansion.
I think just
It's interactive.
holding, yeah, holding smoke. Salome just says, We'll sort this out.
Nemesis said he was going to give me another chance at life. Being a ghost isn't life. So I reckon I'm coming back.
Well, given we are dealing with literal demons, you know me, never hurts to have a backup plan.
All right. What sort of backup plan?
Turns to Fume.
Well, there's a number of things we can do. I could start building a new whole body for you. Oh, shit.
We need to loop Lord Scarlock in.
Yes, and also figure out how to jam a soul back into a soul stone.
What?
Grackle's a ghost. Her heartstone.
Shattered.
But
Yes, a ghost forms when a heartstone is shattered.
If
who
you're going
shattered
to...
my heartstone?
You
Probably
did.
your demon.
Regardless, if you're going to want to be corporeal again, there are a couple of avenues we could take. But I think we should just get you regulated first.
Do you want guns for hands? I could give you guns for hands.
Let's not jump the gun.
Let's not jump the eel.
Yeah, God, jumping the eel.
Got to find a different method.
She just came back. There's going to be a... You're just going to have to get used to it. But you should do that before we try to pursue anything else. Too many drastic changes over a very short time can be damaging.
I can attest to that. I think you're muted, Winks.
I'm not. It's just me talking quietly in Zoom, not wanting to pick it up. All right. I'll get used to it.
I'll help you. I finished my latest project anyway.
You were working on something.
Oh yeah, I should introduce the boys.
The whom?
Jackdaw and the boys.
Oh.
Down the boys.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I say I finished my project anyway, and then snap, and have Jackdaw enter dramatically with the boys.
Jack
for fun.
drops from the ceiling.
Yeah. Obviously.
Were the boys up there too the whole time? I just saw
yeah.
Jack.
They were
rappel
training.
down.
They're doing their Mission Impossible training, and they all rappel
Oh.
down.
With the line
Perfect.
launchers, they rappel down.
Exactly.
No, they were all
exactly.
disguised as the furniture, so you see just like the chairs.
They
Like,
all
I was
Get
sitting on one. Oh god.
Excellent work, fellas.
Hello, I need to buy you dinner later.
hello, I'm Jackdaw, and these are my boys.
They are boys.
Why do I imagine Jackdaw as Ben Stiller from Zoolander?
No.
No.
No, you don't anymore. Stop that
I
immediately.
think Grackle gets startled and tries to backhand somebody, and her arm just goes through them.
Fucking love Zoolander, man.
They're hosing each other down with Leviathan blood.
I don't remember who I said he looked like. I know he's blonde. Do you guys remember who
Mhm.
I said he looked like?
remember.
A wrestler?
Oh yeah, the Undertaker.
A famous
It's
blonde.
a big show.
I don't know.
Fucking Dave
Do not
Bautista
recall.
drops down from the ceiling.
Yes.
Famously blonde.
I don't remember. I know I said like blonde hair, like blue green eyes. I don't fucking know. And now I'm just realizing I don't remember.
I don't either.
I'm sure I've got a picture somewhere. Anyway, that's fine. It's not important. In your mind's eye, he can be Zoolander.
Okay.
Yeah, he looks like Ric Flair. Sorry.
Is there? Is that it? Is that the?
I'm just
conclusion of
progressively
the
thinking
scene?
of funnier wrestlers that he could look like.
I mean, I guess so.
Shit, I don't know. I feel like I need to buttonhole this with one more thing. Grackle has an aside with Salome, where she takes her hand, and then with her other hand, just like a hand on the side of her face, and it's just cold mist. She can't really feel her, and she looks in her eyes and she says, "I'm back." And I'm gonna do everything I can to help.
Then we have work to do.
God, that hurts. It's the most comforting thing you could have said to her.
I know.
That your job was waiting for you when you got back.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, Luke Eisner's kind of the vibe.
Yeah.
I know that's not who I picked, but that's close enough.
But
yeah.
Luke Eisner, but specifically this image
This,
of Luke
specifically
Eisner.
this picture of Luke
This
Eisner.
one. Suspenders,
these are
shirtless.
my boys.
Ugh.
Oh.
Suspenders, suit jacket. Suspenders over suit jacket? I can't tell. No.
No,
Under suit jacket,
suit
but with-
jacket, hanging upside down
Jeans?
from the ceiling.
Jeans.
Thousands
jeans.
of bracelets.
Yeah, he's a
that is
bracelet
lot of
boy.
bracelets. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's a
I
bracelet
love
boy.
this vibe.
Hanging upside down from the ceiling like a bat.
Sorry, now I've
The
just got
bracelet's
pictures of Luke
jingling.
Eisner on my screen.
Put him away.
My
I
screen,
gotta
the
put
way
them
it's
away.
cropped, it's just abs. I just have abs on my screen right now. That's it.
So,
Oh my god!
God damn, Jackdaw. Woo!
This is shit that the chat can't.
you can't see. I don't think we could show this on the stream.
Yeah,
It's
Probably
just
not.
abs. Chat, Google Luke
It's just-
Eisner. You'll get
it's
it.
a
Just
lot of
Google Luke
abs.
Eisner, and the photos that you stop at are the ones we're looking
That's the ones
Yeah.
we're looking
Those are
at.
the ones.
The ones that make you
The
go,
ones that give you
God
pause."
damn! Those are the ones we're looking at.
God damn. Fuck. Yeah.
So that's who is sitting on the ceiling right now.
Yes.
exactly.
All makes
Uh,
sense.
This scene ends with Grackle riding on Buttercup away from the building.
I'm gonna do a little fortune roll here. Which I should've
Oh
done
shit, stuff was down.
before. That's not exactly what I was thinking. That is a good point.
Oh, okay.
But
This, I mean,
I'm preempting myself.
Duskfall is a dangerous place for a ghost.
okay.
It's a
It's a
keep rent
5.
low. If there's a ghost report in the area, rent is gonna get lowered.
We are
True.
keeping rent low. Mixed success. Okay. So I think with that, how would this happen? Spirit warden shit.
Uh-oh.
Glass, how do you think you get like jobs from the spirit warden? I was trying to think because you are anonymous. So are you just expected to report in every so often?
I mean,
or...
I was imagining there was some kind of like vaguely.
Just like some random messenger one day comes up to you with a coded letter, and
Yeah,
you're like,
the
oh,
fucking... Got something to deliver. Your hands only.
message from the Jarl.
Moving up in the world. I think I've
Going
played
back
enough.
to goddamn Valkyrie.
I think I've played enough Skyrim.
Oh no, I got it. A new hand touches the beacon.
Oh, we all have little beacons.
Yeah.
And they I don't know if there's I don't know if maybe the spirit wardens have something that's akin to like the cult thing where they can like talk to each other over distances
Sure.
or something, or like a little communication,
I know. I'm
like
I'll
a
go with that.
ghost walkie talkie.
In our establishment,
Like imagine I just wake up in the middle of the night and it's Belphegor being like, "Get up, idiot."
or you mean Baccaros?
Yeah, not Belphegor.
That's you gotta kill.
That would be awkward.
You know,
Not him.
I think you get like a communication like the next day after all of this goes down from oh god, hold on, what was the name? Siona.
You have a partner now.
Mm-hmm. What was the name you gave again? It was Virgil.
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 You hear a voice in your head says, Virgil, we need to talk.
Now I'm a bit... Alright, where?
Meet me in Crowsfoot. I don't have street names anymore with this map, and that makes me sad.
Well,
but
I told you to get a new one. That one is worn to hell.
She gives you a street to meet at.
Okay.
You head over and meet her at this location, and as soon as you get here, you recognize this is the street that you were running down last night. As she is currently, with her mask on. I imagine you have yours on as well. Yeah, standing on a corner as you approach. Everyone giving you kind of a wide berth. Not want to be close to the spirit. What just happened? Was that
Sorry,
a cat?
there's a cat ruining the camera.
Yeah.
I just saw the camera just violently
like...
shake.
Yeah, mask on. Tits out. I'm just kidding.
Did you notice anything strange last night?
Let me calculate for 1 second how Glass would respond to that. Because there's two paths, and there's I know not of what you speak, or yeah, last night was fucked up. And I feel like she'll know if I'm lying. Somehow, with her weird blood powers or whatever she has. Yeah, okay. I did. Aside from the clouds of birds making their way through a city, with little to no wildlife.
That was part of it, yes. We received a few reports of some sort of spirit moving through this vicinity, coming from the direction of Silkshore last night. We need to investigate, track it down, and destroy it as soon as possible.
Of course. You have any leads, or just Silkshore?
Well, we know that it moved through here, and based on the witness reports that were turned in, seemed to be moving east. I don't know if that's its current location, but I figured I would move that direction, start asking around for witness statements, see if anyone saw it or where it might have gone, if you want to try to track back the other way and see where it might have came from. Meet later and share our findings.
All right.
With everything going on recently, it's important that we keep the peace.
Is this what you call peace?
No, but
Fires and storms and clouds of birds and people dying in the streets. The Red Sashes having their academy burned.
destroying the spirit will at least keep some of that from happening. Manifesting at such a wide scale seems to insinuate that this is one that's flown under our radar for some time. So, we should make this our top priority over any other rogue spirits wandering around.
Right, because I have so much free time nowadays. I apologize. I have
You
some
seem
other
to be in
things
a mood.
I have some other things going on, and those are not your problem.
No, they're not. But I understand. I'll take the bulk of it then and head towards Charter Hall and ask around, see if anybody noticed anything out of the ordinary.
I'll try to see if
We
I can
did-
locate the source.
A few did mention seeing another spirit warden in pursuit of the spirit, but we'd never received any indication that anyone was operating last night in this vicinity, nor
Yeah.
having destroyed a spirit. So perhaps one of our numbers, we're one less of our number now.
I was going to say either they lost it or we lost them.
Either way, I'll see what I can find. Meet up in a few days and see if we found any leads or if it rears its head again.
If anything requires my attention, just let me know.
Good luck, and I suppose good luck with whatever else you have going on.
This is quite simple compared to that.
Hopefully so. She kind of pulls her cloak together and begins heading down the street in the direction that you know that you kind of chased Grackle last night.
Okay. That gives me a few days to come up with some bullshit to throw her off the origin point.
Yeah, I'm going to start another clock. And I'm going to do this one as an 8-segment clock. No, I'm going to do 6 segment. All right. Yeah, this one is going to be for the Spirit Warden.
That's
tracking down.
5.
That is
That is
5.
five.
Why did that say?
There are now 3 Grackle related clocks on the board. Damn. Dying really puts you on the map.
All right.
Is head consequences also meant to be 5?
Yes.
Okay.
That one just hasn't come up. We'll call this.
Yeah.
The idea of a blue coat coming, like, I've got a few questions if you don't mind. And then, like, everybody's like, oh no, it's Grackle. And then it's all like, there were some beheadings in the area. And it's like, oh, thank goodness.
Oh, thank goodness.
Thank God it's just the beheadings.
8 heads in a duffel bag is actually the least of our worries at this point, which is fantastic.
We got a lot of clocks on the board. Not one of them involving the Baron, though. So, you know.
We'll get there.
Technically, by proxy.
Kind of.
Okay, well, I guess, yeah, the Iron Code stuff technically does involve the Baron. All right. So, kind of finishing up downtime. Is there anything Grackle wants to do with her downtime actions?
Oh, I've got downtime actions. Woo!
And anything else anybody else wants to do? Anything else? I mean, one, y'all don't know. You haven't. Now we can start thinking about what y'all want to do next. Like, what's next on your agenda here? But also-
There's no way I can hurt a project by doing it poorly, right?
There's always the potential for consequences. But you can't
can-
make a project go. I wouldn't take away progress from a project unless that was the nature of the clock I set up.
Can I? Oh my god, I'm seeing a heckin' blep right now. It's beautiful. Okay, sorry. Can I try and train a skill Am I only
Oh,
allowed
yeah.
to train certain skills?
You can do some
Or
ghost training montages.
I want to try and train for attune. Because
All
I have
right.
nothing in attune. And guess what you need to roll to possess somebody?
Tinker.
You're close.
I think that's totally fine. Y'all don't have something that increases your attune training, right?
I think we just have the one
No.
for prowess, right?
Yeah, we have prowess.
Okay. Yeah, so you could spend one action to mark to train your attune. No rolls or anything for that. You just mark an XP there.
Mark an XP. That's so funny. In Resolve, right?
Yes.
So it's okay. Amazing. Just 5 more times. Grackle's real bad at this ghost thing. Okay, and then on the other hand, can I try to advance the preserving Grackle clock?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you could help with that. How does Grackle so one I do want to ask, how's Grackle training in it too? We don't have to like belabor it with the whole scene or anything, but I just want to ask, like, are you working with glass? Are you just going out and trying to possess some birds or something? Like
It's mostly like riding around the town, and like trying to go unnoticed, like just practicing ghost shit, honestly.
Yeah.
Like she's riding around, scaring people, trying not to scare people, mostly scaring people. It's very like like from everybody else's perspective, like they're being terrorized by a ghost, and by Grackle's perspective, she's like shit, fuck, shit.
There's a ghost cowboy riding through the city and terrorizing the people of Silk
Leaving
Shore.
plenty of evidence and eyewitness accounts.
Maybe I should up the Grackle Buster's clock.
Can I roll for it?
I'm not gonna make you. If you fuck up something, I am gonna do that. There will be plenty of times for me to up that clock as a consequence, so we don't
Excellent.
have to do that right now.
Okay. The other thing is I want to try and advance the preserving Grackle clock. Emphasis on try. I fully expect not to succeed here.
What do you think you do?
Oh, shit. Well, the clock specifically is to get the body, like, preserved and ready to, like, receive a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking it's kind of an introspective thing where she's trying to, like, tie herself closer to the world. Like, I don't, it's from the outside it would be like meditation, but like she's trying to like figure out how to like explore her inner world without getting lost in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Okay.
feel like I feel like even as a living person, she didn't spend much time in her own head, because it was a bad place to be. But I think it's been explained to her by Glass that being a ghost is basically you are nothing but in your own head, which is part of the reason why becoming a ghost was so violent, chaotic for her.
I get that. So are you thinking you want to do like an attune for this, or is it more okay?
I think it's an attune.
I'm cool with that.
Alright.
Go ahead and roll your 0 dice.
I will do that. As best as I can. We got a 1.
Mark that XP. Or no, that's only for desperate actions. Never mind. I forgot
Yep.
it's not for failures on this.
That's a different game entirely.
That's a different game. I don't know.
Different game.
Okay.
Okay.
The you attempt to. I gotta check the long-term project. You do mark one segment, so you do make progress here.
Hell yeah.
But I am gonna do a consequence, and that consequence is going to be that you definitely lose control again for a bit. You try to attune with your own body, trying to develop, trying to establish some sort of connection, maybe even preemptively thinking like, could I just like
Go back in there.
fit back in there?
Being a ghost is hard. I'm gonna go back into my body.
Yeah. There is another, I think it's like a couple days later, there's another explosion of birds, ravens flying through the store, through the jewelry box, Grackle going flying out into the city streets, Glass running after. It's a whole thing again, having to calm Grackle down, getting control. We're not gonna do the whole scene again, but it's essentially the same thing.
This
that
time
happened
it
the
is.
first
You
time.
are so lucky. I have been working on my cardio.
She has to like come home with her tail between her legs, like, darn it.
And I'm gonna mark a track on the Grackle Busters clock. Boy.
What
But-
part of your heartstone wasn't intact, wasn't clear enough?
Well, heartstones ain't a part of your body. I didn't always have a heartstone. I just thought I could go back in there, you know? No one's using it. And besides, it's my body anyway. I didn't think I had to ask permission.
You always have to ask permission.
It's my body! She gets into like a fucking screaming match with Fume.
Oh boy.
Math is math.
Break it up, both of you.
Okay.
All right. Those are your downtime actions, though. Did anybody else have anything they want to do?
No, but seriously, Grackle.
I also I'll also use, because I've got the freebie downtime action we haven't used yet. Yeah, I think we'll put that toward preserving Grackle as well, if we could.
Okay. How does Salome assist with this?
Yeah, that's the interesting part. I'm guessing this is consort, or maybe it could be survey of like gather information about opportunities, exploits, or just sort of utilizing whatever contacts we have for getting whatever wild ass shit Fume says he's gonna need. Yeah.
So you want to just like
Skurlock thing.
you're trying to like help procure...
Chat with Skurlock, chat with who's our
Yeah, you gotta get Skurlock in on this. I bet Kellen could be of help as well.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining a scene where Grackle, like, comes to Skurlock with her hat in her hands and it's all like, I didn't want to have to ask you this. How do I become one of you? Vampire.
You get the wide shot and there's this Glass standing like at the end of the driveway, just like arms crossed, like pissed, like no, you go talk to him. I'm not doing this one for you.
I just imagine the scene is just Skurlock. You're just like, you ask this question dramatically on the doorstep, mist around you. How do I become what you are? And Skurlock just like deadpan standing, he just like closes the door again.
13 seconds later.
He won't share his dark secrets.
So from behind the door, Skurlock just hears an academic, and he just opens the door back up again.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah, I think consort is fine. You want to try to see if Skurlock might be able to help with this. I imagine you're keeping him in the loop. Okay. By the way, Grackle died.
By the by.
Now Grackle's back as a ghost.
Hmm.
I'm sure he's like,
Meet our witch friend
Okay.
Kellen. Blue sky period. Ideas? Thoughts? Alright. Ooh, I got a 6.
Okay.
6, 4, 4, 2.
Man, I was really hoping it was another failure so I could say the exact
That
same
would
thing
be
happened again.
hilarious.
And Grackle goes running off into the city. And comedy in threes, y'all. I need you to roll worse so I can do this.
I can
Come
start
on,
rolling on
dice.
roll 20.
No,
Yes.
never.
So that'll be 3 segments on my clock. So you're over halfway. Yeah, I think Skurlock, listening to you like provides maybe some more occult, arcane implements that might preserve a body that Fume can utilize and some of this. But also, like, Skurlock points out to you too, and tells you as like you're having this conversation. Says, if your ultimate goal is to allow or to have Grackle repossess her corpse, there are certain preparations you'll have to make for that. I'm sure Glass is aware of some of those at this point, but there's no simple way to say this, but Grackle will never be human again.
I see.
However, by having the repossessing her former body, if you're able to preserve it, would be able to live inside of it. I use the word live loosely, indefinitely.
As a vampire.
Yes.
But she wouldn't be killing the soul inside because she would be the only soul inside.
Oh, exactly. I mean, the only reason that the soul inside of a vampire host has to be destroyed is because it's there and it's in the way of a spirit fully taking control of a corporeal form. Without the original soul, most vampires that have come into fruition do so by possessing an already deceased body.
So she wouldn't age. But she would be alive?
Again, alive would be a misnomer. Would still be dead. But I suppose undead. As far as aging, not entirely sure. I'm imagining not. There haven't been a lot of studies done over vampire longevity. Most of the time they're destroyed when they are found out. So as far as how long that would persist for, I'm not sure. But in theoretically, academically, the understanding is they persist in that way until they are at some point driven to a more primitive nature and essentially becoming bound by the hunger, or they are killed by something else. So not saying that Grackle doesn't have the fortitude to persist in that way for a long time, but nothing lasts forever.
Death and taxes.
And even death these days.
Very true.
But yes, there are things I can provide to you to, I suppose, aid in that and the preparation of her body, if that is what she is seeking to do. Though she wishes to moraine a spirit, that may be more. Well, I can't say that would be much better. Many spirits are driven mad over time anyway. So, not really a great option.
I think the operative being options is what we're hoping for at this point. So this will be incredibly helpful. Thank you, my lord.
You're welcome. He provides you with the books and the information that you need that either Glass or Fume could use, and sends you on your way.
We're getting there.
I still have a freebie, so I'm just gonna snipe one more pip off of preserving Grackle.
Hey.
Awesome.
And
So that I will add that one to it. So you're only 3 away. Made a lot of progress on this clock. Need bigger clocks.
16
That's a
pip
big clock!
Well, I could do multi-stage clocks, but I did not in this case. But either way, this is just the clock to preserve. I guess it technically is in
guess
effect
it
a
is.
multi-stage clock because
Yeah.
this is just the clock to preserve the body, and then there will be projects that you have to do if you're wanting to like prepare the body to be used in this way. So yeah. Excellent. We're running close to time. But I want to give an option in case there's anything. Do y'all want to just talk? We can use this time to talk out of character about like what y'all are interested in doing next for your next job.
Yeah, shit.
Like, is there anything? I mean, really, there's nothing. Like, you have these clocks going on. Like, you know, there are things going on in the world. You know that you're being investigated. They're looking for Jack. The Baron's in charge. You don't really know exactly what if the plan goes further than this, or if the Baron has now accomplished everything that he wants to. Jack obviously wants to kill him, and I guess the Baron and Pansy are both left on the hit list. Now
Amazing.
Balfagor is on the hit list.
Yay!
Poor Panzea is like the only one that I'm like, oh man.
I knew, and that's what when I did the vision, I was like, you know, putting him there. I was like, don't forget,
Yeah, don't forget.
he's a vengeance target.
Yeah.
So you know, there are lots of things, and then with all of that even happening of like big pressing concerns for your group, you have more mundane things like, you know, turf, or getting more claims, or, you know, building up connections. Like, it really depends on like what y'all see, like what is your end goal right now and what could you do to help push yourselves that direction.
Getting Grackle set up, I guess, with whatever form that takes.
Yeah, I mean that's a good, again, meta conversation to have of like, how long do you want to stay? Like, if the end, we talked about the end goal for Grackle to potentially do like be vampire stuff. We're kind of alluding to that, or maybe thinking about getting there. But I was also thinking, if we're going to accomplish that in downtime actions and stuff, that gives Wing some time to play around in the space as a ghost for a while. But if y'all want to do a job to try to do that like immediately, you know, that is also an option. If you're like, no, I only want to be a ghost for a session. So.
Wait a minute, this is a prime opportunity to rob Duskwall blind.
I would love to do. I can't touch things. I would love to do at least one job, maybe a few more, in ghost form.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Y'all haven't just done like a job in a while, like to.
We got a lot of turf we could go after. Got
Yeah.
that list of things we wanted that we
You-
haven't gone after for a while.
Well, the red sashes have technically now been kind of taken out, right?
They still exist. Like they're still a faction. They're just diminished.
Okay.
In their holdings. So I think I took them down to a tier 2 faction last time, or a tier 1. I need to double check on that, but yeah, they still exist and they still have some holdings, but not nearly to the scale they did before.
Talk about a vengeance quest. Maybe try to pick up some of their turf. Where's their turf?
So their turf was in Crow's Foot.
Ah, shit. Let's take some claims.
Yeah, if y'all want to focus on something. So right now, y'all just have the gambling den, covert.
Oh my
drops.
god, when's the last time we rolled for the gambling den?
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Dude.
All right, well, I'm doing it for
Whoops.
this last time at least. How much heat do we have right now? 1?
1, I think. Let me double check.
Okay, and we
1.
roll per our tier.
Tier roll
Yes.
minus heat.
All right.
Yeah, we forgot to do that the last couple of times.
I'm going to do it twice because we did not do it the last one either. I know for a fact.
Do y'all remember what your heat was at the beginning of this job? Where were you before we
4?
added heat this time?
3 or 4.
We were at...
If somebody remembers, then I'm fine with doing the prior roll too. Because you went up
We added...
5 at the end of this job, and
Yeah.
you were at 6. So you must
So
have
we
been
would
at
have-
1.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we were at 1.
still at a 1. Okay.
So
Cool.
yeah.
I just got a 5. So that's 4.
Mhm.
And then I will do it again. Another 5. So that is 8 additional coin.
Two.
Yup. Oh, I'm back up to 3 wealth. Yes.
I'm getting there.
All right. So yeah, right now you have the gambling den, covert drops, and then just a turf section. So you
Yeah,
could either
That was
go
from when we got night market, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from where you're at, you can go for more turf. You get like taverns, lookouts, infirmaries, informants,
time.
loyal fence.
We had an order of priority map.
We
Yeah.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pinned somewhere. Hold on. I can find it. I see it every time I go looking for links. It's in the crimes channel. Yeah, right there. All right. I'll list things in the order that we have
Of
them,
preference.
and you tell me the stuff that we already have. Covert drop,
Got it.
tavern.
No.
Nope.
Don't got it. Do we want a tavern still?
I think we got the tavern and then had to give it up at one point. If I'm not mistaken. Like we had for an entanglement. Am I
Yeah, that
hallucinating
might-
that?
No, you might be.
That sounds right.
You might be right there. Well, I know
I
I'm
don't
trying
remember
to.
that.
I don't remember if you did because you had the gambling den. I don't think you ever got the tavern.
Okay.
Because I feel like we
We're
had the
getting
thing come up before where you
We were
would have
thinking
lost
about
a
it.
claim.
Yeah,
you
we
had
just
the
didn't
option,
do it.
Yeah, I
and
don't
you
think we
chose
did
to go to
it.
war instead.
It's a +1 dice to consort and sway rolls on site.
Yeah.
So I can see why we didn't go for it necessarily. It's very situational.
Mm-hmm.
We might need to update this. we're different people than we were when we came into
Yeah.
this game.
True.
I'm a ghost.
I'm kind of eyeing secret pathways. I'm not gonna lie. +1 to engagement for stealth plans.
That's pretty good.
Just a reminder that if you go for something that is not connected to something else, I am going to make that score more difficult.
More
Yeah. So maybe we start for turf. Maybe we just need more turf, I guess.
Yeah.
grab some more turf.
Yeah. Maybe we grab Crow's Foot now that
So, yeah,
we
I
have
mean, if,
some of the red sashes on our side.
so a job to take Crow's Foot as your turf, utilizing some of your connections with the Red Sashes, who that used to be their turf.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. We can think about in the meantime what that'll look like and what kind of job you're looking to do. I will figure out who is currently in control of that territory, who has stepped into the power vacuum now, and we'll go from there. I'll go over my list of factions and decide if I want to bring in someone new or have an old favorite have stepped in there. Haven't dealt with like the Hive or the Wraiths in a while.
You acquire turf, you expand the size and or type of your hunting grounds.
Yeah. Excellent. We will figure that out next time, though. Let's go ahead and do our end of session stuff. So advancement, PC advancement. I don't think we had any desperate actions today. Nothing really got to that point. Playbook specific XP triggers, violence, or what I would say, whatever your thing is, addressing how you address challenges.
I think for the very first time, Salome did not address any challenges with calculation or conspiracy.
That's true.
I don't think she was in the right frame of mind.
That is fair.
I fulfilled my directive of fuck around and find out.
Excellent. Express beliefs, drives, heritage, or backgrounds.
Yeah.
Pretty general for most of you. And struggle with issues from your vice or traumas.
Soon.
I have to assume at least Salome and Glass got
Yeah.
those.
But we got stress from them.
Yeah,
I
you got.
have-
Oh, yeah. But on a mechanical basis, you got stress from them, but also in narrative, the obsession and the haunted
Yeah.
for haunted for Salome, obsessed for Glass. Like I think both of those really came into play.
I love
I have new playbook advancement criteria. as
Oh,
a
right.
host. So one of them is exacting vengeance upon those whom I deem deserving. Sorry, it's time to feed the cats. You expressed your outright rage or anger or settled scores from your heritage or background. I don't know if she ever expressed outrage or anger. Unless
Shouting at Fume.
Yeah.
Fume shouting back. That's a little angry.
That was a little angry. Was it worth an experience?
Well, yeah, because to get up to there, you had to, like, refry your body.
God. You struggled with issues from your need or glooms during the session. Need has not come up yet.
No,
Because
but it will.
it will. Ghosts do have need.
Honey, don't we all?
They have to possess people to absorb their life essence and to continue to survive.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of functions in the same way as the whole, where like once your drain gets high enough, you have to like
Go and power yourself up.
yeah, instead of indulging a vice, you indulge your need and
Yes.
do that. Excellent. I'm sure we'll get into some vengeance too, or yeah, because yours is enacting vengeance or expressing outrage or anger. Or you do some fucked up ghost shit, pretty much.
Yeah. That
All
sounds
right.
like fun. I gotta start doing that shit.
I'm looking forward to seeing Grackle go out of control.
Ape shit, yeah. For sure.
Van, you want to hit us with that crew advancement?
Oh yeah, execute a successful burglary, espionage, robbery, or sabotage.
Not today, Montfrere.
Not today.
Contend with challenges above your current station.
I don't know if we really dealt with that today.
Mhm.
I feel like the ghost stuff has been very much in your station now.
Yeah.
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 Reputation. Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. Oh, excuse me.
Loyal and
Brutal.
I don't know about brutal. Loyalty,
Not
I
yet.
could. again, I think
I
loyalty
did not
probably.
sprint halfway across this city by
Yeah.
myself to not be called loyal.
True that.
Glass does not like running.
Glass needs to become a ghost so Glass can fly places.
Well, if I hadn't rolled so well, that was the next ability I was gonna use.
Oh, you're like
Because I can
spirit.
turn into a ghost for a minute.
Yes, that is
Grackle is
true.
the only ghost I know who would rather ride a horse than fly.
Save a ghost, ride a cowboy.
No,
Sorry,
she
I'm
said
done.
it.
I'm done. Sorry.
Goals drives inner conflict, essential nature of the crew, in spades, as usual. I think.
Oh, yeah, I think you definitely did. I also forgot your crew advanced last time.
Oh yeah, we did do the advancements.
You get stash. Everyone
get
should have gotten
stash.
5 stash.
Oh shit.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh,
That's so
damn.
much money for a ghost to have.
Looks like you can take it with you.
Where are you keeping your money now?
The bank. I don't know. Where do we keep money?
I mean, again, your
You're
stash
a
is
ghost.
is a representation of your assets.
Oh, yeah, I
so
meant
it's
your,
not
like, pocket money.
necessarily money that you like, keep squirreled away somewhere, but it's like the stuff you own.
My last will and testament.
Fume gets nothing.
Grackle has a
left it
trust
to the
set up for
Grackles.
Grackle's future self. Yeah, you have a trust set up for your Grackles.
I left it to the Grackles.
Man, Moonshine is really gonna go
Rolling in.
hard.
Yeah. The
Um,
Aristograckles.
Excellent. Glad I didn't forget that. So I think that's going to be it. I think we're good, right? That was it for the
Quote.
Oh, well, we need stars and wishes. So yeah, let's go around and do stars and wishes real quick.
God. I did not practice healthy quote management.
Me either.
Who wants to go first?
I'll give a star to Grackle. Specifically for the little scene at the park. And the let me out.
That was really good.
I liked that whole scene though. That was really good. Well done. It got to Glass a little bit, I think. The hug in particular. I just want Glass and Grackle. My wish is to do ghost shenanigans.
Yeah. That sounds like so much fun.
Ghost shenanigans, please.
That could be really fun, having a whisper and a ghost on the same crew.
Hmm.
So true.
I think so.
Excellent. Who's next?
A lot of good stuff. Go for it, Fume.
Oh, I'm gonna give one to Glass for just taking charge this episode. Like, yes, we're finally in my fucking wheelhouse. I'm gonna go for it. And just goes for it.
Who else was gonna do it?
Not me. I'm not gonna tell the lady I asked for pickles. Glass, you do it.
That's what you have Glass for.
Am I the pickle?
Asked
Yes.
for pickles.
I'm getting preserved.
I'm brining you. Holy shit.
Yeah, a little
Kinda.
bit.
Yep.
Damn.
I was trying to combine pickle and Grackle into one word, but it just turns into Grackle or pickle again.
Yeah, it's true.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. And he turned her into a pickle.
She got better.
Grackle.
But she got better. Did you die? Yes, actually. Shit.
Sadly, yes, but I survived.
Love it. Yeah, I can go.
Go for it.
Oh, did we get a wish from Fume?
Oh,
While Glass and Grackle are off doing their ghost shenanigans, maybe Salome and Fume can just sit down and have a nice tea.
I like that.
They can chat about old people things.
She's in like her early 40s at best.
I I'm sorry, my dear. You're
More
close
like
enough.
she's my age, okay? It's Duskwall. It's like what? Supposed to be Victorian era? Yeah, okay, never mind.
Yeah, you're the ancient.
Yeah, she old. She old. Never mind.
Back in my day.
Chocolate. I remember when they first invented chocolate.
All right, Grandma, let's get you back to bed.
Let's get you back to the bed.
There are orphans on the streets taking smoke breaks. Like, we all age differently.
Yes, true. It's true.
Luckily, in Duskwall, no sun-damaged skin.
Yeah.
True.
Very true.
We all have incredible skincare.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the
And
horrible
that
ghosts
mist,
that'll get you.
The fog. Yeah.
Humidity's good
Gorgeous.
for you.
Essence of Ghost. Yeah. I gotta give my star to Fume. Buddy. Birds trashed your laboratory, buddy.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
Wouldn't have been the first time. That's not the saddest thing to happen to Fume.
But she took it so much in stride. And I mean, I think I have to also give a little bit of a star to Glass in this one. I'm sorry. It was not very entertaining, but girl went catatonic, and I stand by it. I just sorry.
Glass has a lot of feelings about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and I cannot wait for that. Is actually my wish. I cannot wait for the fallout of this entire grieving process, because we know it's gonna come out.
Oh, yeah.
We know it's gonna come out. Yeah, it's like, yes, we have Jack back. This isn't done. This isn't over. There's still a lot to work out here. So, yeah, that's me.
I'm gonna star. Wait, do you have a wish?
That was my wish. That we're
was
gonna
your
have to
wish.
deal with a lot
Just
of
to
the ramifications of this. So looking
Yeah.
forward to
Bottle
it.
episode incoming.
Hey.
Yay! Everybody getting the get along glass. Okay. Sorry, that's a reference to something else. I'm going to star Val for good demon shit. That's some sick shit. And also for like scary Grackle being dead stuff. That I'm not articulating it well. It was good. I liked it. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
would also like to star, hey, I'm Jackdaw, and we're the Rooks,
With the rooks. These are my boys.
the boys.
It's the dichotomy of DMing is like a really deep like character and story stuff, and then like goofing off with NPCs.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. I also am gonna star Salome in the choice for going catatonic. That is a story choice. That is a character choice, and it takes guts to commit. So props for that. And I'm also I want to star everyone. I want to star everyone. It's the one last one for Glass, just for yeah. I'm re-upping the taking charge in ghost situations. My wish is to get up into ghost shenanigans. I want to do ghost stuff. I also want to explore the new dynamic between each one of the characters now that Grackle is a ghost, because I feel like each character has something a unique perspective to bring to the table, and Grackle's gonna need a lot of help. So that's
Oh yes. All right. I'll give a quote. I'm gonna give the quote to Glass for
What did
you
I
taught
say?
me- you taught me to shoot. Now I can return the favor. It was good because we've had a lot of mentorship stuff where Grackle's been a mentor to Glass and like other people and like teaching them what to do. And now Grackle's kind of Grackle's a baby ghost. Needs to learn the ways of the world.
Mhm. My territory, baby.
Yeah, so I do like that. So I will give that to you
Thanks.
for today.
Forgot I said that.
I didn't talk a lot today, so I was on quote duty. So I just added, I think pretty much every single quote on there is me today. So no
That
problem.
is a service.
Oh yeah,
No problem.
'cause y'all know I
the-
always forget about it.
The Fumes, or RJ's specifically, if RJ could get XP, I'd give it to RJ for singing to me my Grackle of music.
It's okay. I'm getting churros later, and that's kind of like XP.
There you go.
There,
Yeah.
that's my gift to you.
At the time, I had the mental image of one of the Grackles doing the bit
Sing!
from singing the.
All right, everyone. That is going to be it. Like I said at the top, unfortunately, we're not going to have a stream next Saturday, but we'll be back the week after that. Keep you updated on our schedule. So I guess join us in about a week, a little over a week for the next installment of Red Jenny, because that's when we'll be back for that. But in the meantime, join us on YouTube, watch our stuff there, and hang out with us. Hopefully, everyone has a good Halloween.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween, everyone.
We're going to a
Safe.
Halloween party directly after this.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So everyone stay safe, enjoy yourselves. Thank you to everyone out there for watching. Thank you, my lovely players, for making this game so much fun to run. We will see everyone next time. Until then, good game and good night, Internet.